under thunder throes, so shook and groan. Disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. Now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Those crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack, no way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth, or face the dole. Charon's boats, too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian decree, now they tote. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. God's
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Follow the path or drown.
Priscilla, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Echo loud, lost in sulfur, desperate, proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Queen Lee. How are you doing? Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here. Yeah. We know who's running this country, right? And it's not that guy. Right. It is what it is. Good morning, Bamba.
Gotta pay the toll. Or face the dole. Charon's boats, too full to float. Tales of the foolish on the underworld moat. Denied Olympian decree, now they don't. Eternal chains, no antidote.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get this show started. You know exactly why we are here.
Yeah, me, Zeus, aka Mr. Crossing.
Hey, Mr. Crossing, yes, I like that.
Yeah. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it.
And when you play the game,
man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
I'm up early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing. They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you thinking that I'm asking. I like to get it poppin', cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far,
and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep.
Threw some water on my face, yeah, it's just another day in the Golden State.
Good morning, Cece, the beautiful Cece.
Time for insomnia.
Let's switch it up a little bit. We gotta get a different picture up here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
What I promise, and even if I fail,
at least I was honest.
See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what.
How about this photo? We'll leave it at that, right? We'll do that, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We'll do that.
Or I can sit back and just watch the news.
Alright, don't try to photocopy, you could never top me. I was born to be a winner, you could never stop me.
Don't try to photocopy, you could never top me. I was born to be a winner, you could never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here, all right? But before we get started, you know what we got to do. Let's take care of those housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Good morning, Andy. They call me Triple H because, well, the first H is because I'm honest, the most honest person on social media. The second H is because I'm humble. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. A lot of people get really jealous when I tell them about that last H, but I'll keep doing it because someone has to, right? And you know what we do over here on this side of town? We hold our friends on the right. Actually, I don't even want to call these people my friends anymore. We hold the traitors on the right. How about that? We hold the traitors on the right, the uninformed, they're not enlightened, all right? They're unlightened, if that's a word, all right? We hold them accountable for their actions, all right? A lot of these people, wait, Heretic. And the definition of a woman is what a woman owns. I don't even know what the heck you're trying to say. Speak English. All right, please. If you're trying to make a statement, actually think about what the heck you're saying before you say it. None of that stuff makes sense to me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to help these people who don't know that, choices have invoices. There's consequences to bad choices. We're going to help you understand what you have done by betraying the United States of America and voting for, your cult leader, Donald J. Trump. All right. So what do we have going on in the world? I mean, how many of you know we're heading towards a 1929 style depression? All right. How many of you are aware that's where we're heading as a country? All right. If you are aware of that, please let me know. And by the way, I got to say this. If there's a Trump supporter out there, you might want to leave this live, honestly, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable in here. There's going to be so much truth coming out. You're going to end up crying. I make people cry on this app. You're preparing for it? Yeah. So if you don't want to cry today, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. And so now that that's out of the way, let the show begin. Hello. Listen, if you get in my box and you get up here and you want to do the little verbal sparring with Zeus, you have to keep it clean. And please stay away from the identity politics, because the Democrats are going to mop the floor with you Trump supporters. The moment you venture off into racism and misogyny and things like that, I want to let you Trump supporters know you're going to lose the discussion. So it's better that you actually get in the box and talk about just the issue. And what are the issues that are currently facing this country? Well, ever since Trump won the election, it was mass deportations, blanket tariffs on our allies, all right, cuts to your Social Security. And that's where I was hovering until yesterday. The government shutdown that's about to happen. It's not even Donald Trump doing this. It's Elon. And I keep asking you Trump supporters, don't I ask them, what the heck do you have in common with Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk, MAGA? And none of them have been able to give me an answer. And so, to the Trump supporters, when the government does shut down, if it does, because Donald Trump shut it down before, I don't want to see anybody crying. To my fellow Democrats, I know this is going to be a little painful, but I am of the mindset, you know what? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do in order for people to understand that, you know what? They made a terrible decision. And guess what? When it shuts down, who are you going to blame? Please don't say Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, because if you do that, I'm going to drop you from the box. Now, what I'm going to do is there's a good guy out here, Lawrence O'Donnell. How many of you know who he is? Yesterday, I tell you, I listened to what he had to say about Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and I said, you know what? We got to get that on the record in the kingdom. So, to the Trump supporters, in case you don't understand the situation that your cult leader is in as it relates to the United States government, I want you to understand Joe Biden, the one that you said has dementia, the one that you think hasn't been doing anything, even though he's rescued this country like it's never been had to be rescued before. Joe Biden is still sticking it to Donald Trump. Because guess what, MAGA? Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress, they don't know how to govern. They're so busy playing identity politics and taking your money that when this moment that we're in right now happened, guess what? They realized, oh my gosh, Joe Biden played it. So MAGA, this is going to scare you, but please listen up. And no crying. No crying. Hold on. Let me listen to my friend, Mr. Lawrence O'Donnell.
Elon Musk. Well, here's a couple of things that Donald Trump and his apparent boss, Elon Musk, do not understand. One, the president of the United States, Joe Biden, is a Democrat. Two, the United States Senate is controlled by Democrats and Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Anyone who understands that knows why the budget extension bill negotiated by the Republican Speaker of the Republican House includes compromises with Democrats and Chuck Schumer. Elon Musk objected to those compromises in the bill, saying that any Republican who votes for it should be voted out of office. That's how he began his day. And only hours after that, after Elon Musk led the way, only then did Donald Trump catch up with his apparent boss, Elon Musk, and join in objecting to the bill. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson was with Donald Trump and Elon Musk while he was negotiating the bill. He was with them constantly while he was negotiating that bill. Mike Johnson has stayed as close to them as possible to try to make sure that what happened today would not happen. But you cannot stop chaos in the Republican Party. You can't. And would not have happened if Donald Trump were a rational person, but he's not. And so Donald Trump decided at the very last minute, after weeks of negotiation, to tell Mike Johnson and the Republicans what he wants in the bill, something he never said before today. Donald Trump has had every day since Election Day to tell them what he wanted in this bill, which is necessary to keep the government operating beyond this weekend. And Donald Trump has not said a word about it.
Why hasn't Donald Trump said anything, MAGA, about what's in the bill? All of a sudden now he cares? Good morning, Moose. See, MAGA, this is what we're talking about. You're so busy playing identity politics on TikTok that you forgot you actually got a job to do. Yeah.
Until today. The last time we had a government shutdown, it was because Donald Trump changed his mind just like this at the very last minute and demanded the impossible. Donald Trump defied a bipartisan agreement at the last minute while he was president, and that's how he got the government shutdown of December 2018.
Oh, so we all forgot about the government shutdown of December of 2018. But remember, you Trump supporters, remember, life was so much better under Donald Trump. Do you all even understand how deeply involved the United States government is in your day-to-day lives? You don't.
The longest shutdowns the government's ever had. That was Donald Trump's record-setting shutdown. If the government goes into shutdown again, as it could this weekend, it will once again be Donald Trump's shutdown, this time with a major assist from his apparent boss, Elon Musk. So perhaps it could best be described as the Musk-Trump shutdown, especially when Elon Musk demonstrated his total ignorance of how government works today by saying no bills should be passed Congress until January 20th when Donald Trump takes office. None, zero. Funding for the government runs out this weekend. So Elon Musk in that statement is advocating for a complete government shutdown until the afternoon of January 20th at least. But Donald Trump disagrees with Elon Musk about that, completely disagrees. Donald Trump actually wants Congress to pass a bill and pass it right away. And he finally told Republicans what he wants at 4:28 p.m. today after Republicans had been working on this bill for weeks. Donald Trump wants Republicans to pass a bill to continue to fund the government, and Donald Trump now insists that Republicans pass a bill increasing the debt limit of the federal government.
So Donald Trump wants to increase our debt limit. Do you Trump supporters see? You're getting played like a fiddle. This is why I tell you, stay out of Snuggles' lies. Snuggie, he doesn't know anything. Trump knows what he's doing. He's manipulating you all. Yeah, and you know what was in that bill? The money to help those people in North Carolina. You know, you're all out there crying about, Joe Biden and the Democrats aren't even helping people, but they're helping people in Africa. Well, here's another example of Democrats trying to get y'all some help. And guess who's stopping it? Don't you help my supporters, is what Trump says. Don't help them. I got them under my spell. I'll take care of them. Just increase that debt ceiling, Joe Biden, if you could, please.
Donald Trump knows that he intends to wildly increase the debt of the federal government with massive tax cuts to billionaires like Elon Musk. But Donald Trump wants Democrats and Joe Biden to increase the debt ceiling for him right now so that he can pass his tax cuts next year. Everyone in politics in Washington understands the debt ceiling game, but only Donald Trump is tactically stupid enough to say out loud, as he did today in writing, when he said this, increasing the debt ceiling is not great, but we'd rather do it on Biden's watch. What? That's it. That's his whole thing. He'd rather do it on Biden's watch. He needs to do it, but he doesn't want to do it. Let Joe Biden do it. Each party would, of course, rather the debt ceiling be raised by the other party, but they usually don't get to pick when the debt ceiling needs to be raised. In fact, the debt ceiling won't really need to be raised until June.
Jessica, earliest. Thank you.
But Donald Trump actually wants the Democrats of the United States Senate to vote for a continuing spending bill that includes a debt ceiling increase. And then, after that bill passes the House, Donald Trump wants Joe Biden to sign that debt ceiling increase into law for Donald Trump so that Donald Trump can cut the taxes of billionaires like Elon Musk. In other words, Donald Trump is asking for the impossible. That's not going to happen. Asking for the impossible is something he's done before with Congress, and he has always lost when he's asked for the impossible, always. Yes, he can get tax cuts through the Republican Congress because that's easy, but he's never gotten anything difficult. Never once through Congress. Donald Trump added this line about the debt ceiling. If Democrats won't cooperate on the debt ceiling now, what makes anyone think they would do it in June during our administration? Now, why would you need Democrats to vote for anything during the Trump administration? Republicans are going to control the House of Representatives. Republicans are going to control the Senate by very tiny margins.
W. Carly in the chat
knows that he will not be able to get every Republican in the House and every Republican in the Senate to vote for a debt ceiling increase next year, even though Donald Trump knows he needs one. And so he actually now publicly calls on Democrats to do it for him today.
Honeybook completely
Wait a second, hold on.
I'm a photographer.
So, MAGA, in case you're not paying attention to what's going on, hold on real quickly. Your cult leader is now asking Democrats like Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, what's her name? Nancy Pelosi, all these people, these Chuck Schumers out there, and even us as the Democrats said, please, if you could just increase the debt ceiling for me so that when I come in, I can do my number 1 and 2 on my supporters, all right, which is, give ourselves tax cuts that won't help them. Do you all see this, MAGA? Does anyone think the Democrats should help out Donald Trump and Elon? Does anyone think we should help them out? Good morning. Does anyone think the Democrats should help the demons in the White House? No. Someone wrote hell no. Heck no. You see that, MAGA? You know what? I didn't want to do it yet, but you know what? Let's take a moment and give these Trump supporters a round of booze and shame real quick. You guys are so. Give it a quick round of those.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Listen up, Trump supporters. This is educational, all right? This is for educational purposes only. I know a lot of you are crying in the chat right now, especially Howard. Howard, you're crying right now, but it gets worse.
Raising the debt ceiling beyond the end of Joe Biden's administration is one of the brilliant tactical accomplishments of President Biden as a negotiator with Congress. A Republican House of Representatives agreed to do that for Joe Biden. We reported on that negotiation in detail on this program. It was one of the stunning negotiating triumphs of President Biden and his budget staff that was not well understood at the time, but Donald Trump really understands it tonight for the first time. Donald Trump understands that Joe Biden brilliantly extended the debt ceiling beyond the end of his own term in the presidency in such a way that Donald Trump will not be able to cut taxes for billionaires next year without a debt ceiling increase.
Oh! Congratulations, Joe Biden struck again. Dark Brandon got you all playing you and beating you at your own game. W Engine, the chat. W Joe Biden. You know why? Because Joe Biden knows how the United States government works. Unlike these two don't know a thing. If you put them in the class with Joe Biden would walk out with an A+. You know what they'd be doing? Teacher, could I get a little more time? I need to do a little more research because I didn't get my homework done. And by the time it's all said and done, we got another president in the United States. W. Joe Biden. It gets worse. It gets worse, MAGA. I told you, you Trump supporters, you don't know any better.
Donald Trump's sudden panic today about the debt ceiling is because Donald Trump only realized today how brilliantly Joe Biden boxed him in on the debt ceiling. And now Donald Trump is begging Joe Biden to let him out of the box Joe Biden created. Poor little Mike Johnson thought that the crazy people around him were okay with what he was negotiating.
I was communicating with Elon last night. Elon and Vivek and I are on a text chain together. And I was explaining to them the background of this. And Vivek and I talked last night about almost midnight. And he said, look, I get it. He said, we understand you're in an impossible position. Everybody knows that. Remember, guys, we still have just a razor thin margin of Republicans. So any bill has to have Democrat votes. They understand the situation. They said it's not.
Any bill still has to have Democrat votes. That's what Mike Johnson is saying on Fox News, Mac. W. Joe Biden and the Democrats. It's like taking candy from a baby with you. You don't know anything. You're just so emotionally attached to your cult leader. That's all.
Directed to you, Mr. Speaker, but we don't like the spending. I said, guess what, fellas? I don't either.
After Donald Trump desperately, in effect today, publicly begged Joe Biden and the Senate's Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and the House Democratic Leader Hakeem Jeffries to let him out of the debt ceiling box by creating an entire new bill to replace the bipartisan bill that Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries negotiated with Mike Johnson. Congressman Jeffries said this.
Good evening, everyone.
Uh-oh.
House Republicans, House Democrats, Senate Republicans, and Senate Democrats reached a bipartisan agreement to fund the government, keep it open, and meet the needs of the American people. We reached a bipartisan agreement to provide disaster assistance to everyday Americans whose lives have been upended and turned upside down as a result of hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, and other types of extreme weather events.
Thank you, Hakeem.
We reached a bipartisan agreement to meet the needs of the American people and provide assistance to farmers, families, children, seniors, veterans, men and women in uniform, and working class Americans.
Thank you.
House Republicans have now unilaterally decided to break a bipartisan agreement that they made. House Republicans have been ordered to shut down the government and hurt everyday Americans all across this country. House Republicans will now own any harm that is visited upon the American people that results from a government shutdown or worse. An agreement is an agreement. It was bipartisan, and there was nothing more to say.
And there was nothing more to say. This is all Elon, Vivek, and Donald Trump's fault, MAGA. Goodbye to your Christmas. I don't want to see you I don't want to see a Trump supporter happy during Christmas. Not at all. I hope you're all sitting at home crying. No Christmas tree and no presents. And no money because guess what? Government shutdown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these Trump supporters another round of booze and shame. This is sick. let's wrap this up real quick.
An agreement is an agreement until Elon Musk and Donald Trump decide to get involved. Before the explosion of the Musk-Trump volcano in the House of Representatives today, the big news of the day in the House was that the House Ethics Committee voted to release the committee's report on its investigation of former Congressman Matt Gaetz and allegations that included him paying young women and girls under the age of consent for sex. The committee report is expected to be released only after the House of Representatives finishes voting on a budget agreement.
You hear that, MAGA? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the situation that Donald Trump and his supporters have gotten us into. And then, all right, and then I'm going to go to the box and talk, all right? But I got to get one more voice out here. How many of you know who Jasmine Crockett? She went on air yesterday, and she had this to say about the government shutdown, too.
That means they lose one vote. If one person, because you have to have a majority, if it's 216 to 216, it fails. Let me tell you, this quote-unquote mandate that MAGA thinks exists, it ain't going nowhere, right? Because they literally can't do the basics. We have passed the least amount of bills in this Congress because of the Republicans. And let me remind you, because you brought up the debt ceiling. Remember why the last speaker got kicked out? It was because he raised the debt ceiling. And all of it, and Trump was the one calling for his head. Now he's like, raise the debt ceiling. You know why? Because his Trump tax cuts, this old con that he has, right, that helps out all the billionaires that he's putting into his administration, or at least is hoping to put into his administration, those Trump tax cuts, they expire in 2025. Mind you, he is the only president we've ever had that in one term ran our debt up to $8 trillion. So he already knows he's about to run our debt up, so he doesn't want to have to deal with the debt ceiling. Instead, he wants us to do it. Listen, I ain't got no favors for you, Trump. When you get here, then yes, you will have the House, the Senate, as well as the White House, and y'all can see if y'all can figure it out. But right now, I am not trying to shut down this government, because let me tell you, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent, when you are traveling over these holidays, you may end up with some problems, because TSA is federal government, because those that are doing air traffic control to make sure that we're safe, that's federal government. If you are concerned about the border, let me tell you, that is also federal government officers. And so, yes, if you're concerned about our international security, guess what? Our military personnel will not get paid, all because you don't want to help out those that need help as relates to seniors. You don't want to help out farmers. You don't want to help out our veterans. These are the things that were in the bill. And for
Okay, so now that we've got these issues addressed, now that we know MAGA doesn't care about securing our border, right? You don't care about protecting this country because you want to shut the government down. Let's not play this. Let's not play that game anymore. Who wants to get in the box? Any Trump supporters want to get up here and push back against any of this? It's time to have serious conversations, all right? I don't really think I need to debate. I really just think you Trump supporters should get in the box and acknowledge you made a terrible decision. Please. Old Whitey, shut government down. Okay, that's fine. Old Whitey, why do you want to shut the government down? Do you understand how that's going to impact you? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you're brave. You're brave enough to get up here and defend your president and his vice president. All right. All right. Who do we have? We have User here. All right, User. Welcome. Come on up here, User. Now, User, we don't have to play identity politics. I've already done that. I've leveled the field with that. So you don't have to get up here and spew your hatred and your rhetoric about how much you hate Democrats. Let's pick up where we left off yesterday, all right? I want to have a good, clean, honest conversation, American to American. Hi, User. User. Are you there, User? User. Well, User, I guess you thought twice, User? User got a little terrified because you were in the box. User, send a guest request. I'll bring you right up. I couldn't hear you. Are there any certified Trump supporters in the chat? Anyone who voted for Donald Trump right now that wants to come up here and explain how they believe this? User, you said you want to get back up here. Come back up here, User. I sent you another guest request. You got to talk, though, User. Are you there?
Yes.
All right. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. What part of the country are you from?
I'm in Buffalo, New York.
Shout out to Buffalo, New York. And you honestly voted for Donald Trump, or
Yes, sir.
should I say Elon? Did you know Elon was going to take this role when you voted for him?
I knew him and Vivek were gonna create the Doge, I guess you would
You
call
you
it.
you knew that before you voted for Trump.
Honestly, I don't recall if I knew it before or after. The reason I voted for Trump, I didn't vote for him the first time. I did vote for him in 2020, and I did vote for him this past time, and I just I feel like our government has gotten out of control, and there is, to me, and I know that right now maybe everybody thinks that Trump and Musk and all these guys are in it for themselves, but to me, watching what the Clintons and the Obamas and Biden, what they've done over the last 2 decades, maybe since George W. got in, with what they call the military-industrial complex, that these guys are fighting these forever wars, dropping billions and billions, tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars into these wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, and we know that WMDs were false. They just used it as
But who started that? That wasn't that a Republican? I think George
yeah.
Bush started. So I mean, he's
Yes, it
not the
was.
Democrat. So
No, it wasn't.
so
It
you
was
wanted
Bush.
someone that was an outsider that was going to come in and disrupt the status quo.
Correct. Yes.
And I do. To me, I feel like a lot of people believed that's the solution to fixing the issues or whatever concerns that you have. But don't you think there's I guess, a good way about to do that, and then maybe a bad way to go about doing that, for instance?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect, but I think that all right, and this might not be true, but to me it feels more like Trump, and I think this is the way a lot of people that voted for him see it, is that he is a patriot that wants America to do well, and obviously there's no one way to do it,
Now, sir,
and nothing's perfect.
I get that. I get that.
But
Now, were you here during his first presidency?
yes,
So Lawrence O'Donnell pointed out we had a government shutdown, and I forgot about it because there was so much happening. But we had a government shutdown in 2018. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. And
Sure.
when stuff like that happens, the American people are the ones that suffer. And
Right.
that's, to me, when you start talking about people not being able to get their Social Security checks, uh, maybe flights having to be canceled because TSA and the airlines can't do their jobs. We're talking about how the federal government has oversight
Yes.
in terms of our communications and the food we eat. Uh, I think a lot of people, even though they're not happy with the way government is running, they tend to not really understand to what degree the government is making the life they're living possible. Right
Yeah.
now, our borders are at risk of being open because you can't pay these people when the government shut down.
But they're already open.
No, not like this. At least
Yes.
like right now, there's people working. We don't have enough. But
They're
imagine
letting
these people.
everybody through. From what I've heard, I don't know if everything is true that I hear, but from what I've heard, is that they've had immigration judges down there, and there's people that are on the watch list, terrorist watch lists, that are being allowed into the country because of the Biden administration
Well,
is
the best thing you
allowing
said.
these people into the country.
So the best thing you said is what you heard, and there's a lot of things going on, right? It's a difference between what you've heard and what's really going on. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
and
But how many people?
a lot of people have heard, but they don't know what's really going on down there. And my point
Well,
to you was this: right now, there is no government shutdown. And you have people at the border working. We don't have enough resources, but you at least have some resistance. If the government shuts down, sir, there's no resistance at all.
If there is a if people are being told,
Who's telling them? Who's telling these people?
The government. Our government is the Biden. How many people now? Tell me that there is not over 10 million illegal immigrants in the country right now over the last 4 years.
I'll tell you that.
Can you tell me that?
I say, yeah, there's not that. How about that? Maybe you got the wrong information. And again, I trust that you
look at the government.
I trust you do your research
website and you find out.
Now, listen, in college, when I was there once upon a time, when people use the term research, there's actually a scientific way of doing research. Are you familiar with that process? And when you say the information you're getting, are you certain it's been vetted by real researchers? Are you a real researcher?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So that's same with me. So we have to take information we get with a grain of salt. And correct. What you're doing is you're sidestepping a larger issue. Right now, whether you believe it's working or not, there's at least resources at the government. I'm trying to help you understand.
Right.
If you close the government down, do you know anybody that's going to go to work for free?
Well, do you know what
user? Come on,
user.
Let's just. I'm just trying to have a.
I'm Michael, by the way.
Michael. All right, Michael.
Yes, sir.
If I'm asking a question, we can pivot and all that, but I'm trying to get to understand how you operate. All right. So I'm just trying to see, are you the type of person that if your employer contacts you and says, hey, the boss says we got to shut it down today, you're still going to go show up?
No, of course not.
Okay. So imagine this playing out across a lot of people get paid from the government. And if Donald Trump and Elon and Vivek shut the government down, don't you see that makes us more vulnerable?
Yeah, but
okay, that's the issue.
What is in that bill? What is in that bill that they're trying to pass?
Relief to the people in
1,500 pages.
Well, I was going to answer. I know there's some relief in there for the people who were impacted by the hurricanes, right? And
there's also a 40% pay raise for Congress.
Okay, and what else? There's money in there for our farmers. There's money in there to keep the United States government. I didn't say you.
Why does Congress need a 40% pay raise?
You got to talk to Mike Johnson about that. This is government, and this is kind of the issue. This is
but this isn't the type of bill that we need right now.
Okay,
they need to pass a bill that is going to give our services, give our people that are critical to the government, give them their money, pay them. They're people that are on the front line that need to be paid. I agree with you 100%.
Michael, the solution is you're saying if you don't get the perfect bill,
it's not
everybody
doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay then. So if it doesn't have to be perfect, then the bipartisan bill that both sides agree to should get passed. Because anything outside of that, and they're saying it's 3% raises. So again, I'm not pushing back on all the little things you bring up because it's just too many things to keep up with. But my main concern here, Michael, you voted for Donald Trump, and already you can see the disaster coming, right? You saw the cabinet picks. He wanted Matt Gaetz. He wanted Matt Gaetz at one point to be Attorney General. That didn't pan out so well. You see what RFK is doing. Now you got Mitch McConnell.
RFK.
Yeah, but Mitch McConnell's pushing back, saying,
Mitch McConnell's
wait, Michael, we're seeing chaos, and this is well before he enters the office, and now we're at a point where the government might be shut down. He's going to be the first president-elect to actually shut the government down. And that's just the beginning. I haven't even went in on the mass deportations, the blanket tariffs, and cuts to Social Security. All of this, Michael, I don't know about you, but what do you do for a living?
I'm a printer.
Okay, so that's fixed income?
No, I'm a security printer, and I get paid hourly, so yes, I do.
Do you have an extra $5,000 to $10,000 lying around to offset some of the stuff Donald Trump and Elon are about to do?
Well, I do. I currently I'm on disability because I had a shoulder replacement, and that's another thing is disability. I'm in New York State.
So you get money. You get money for your.
garbage.
But that comes from the government.
Yeah, I get $160 a week.
It's not enough.
The only way
it's not enough, right?
Supplemental, right? I pay for supplemental insurance. I set myself up.
So what if we decided? What if we just decided that 160 you just don't even get it anymore? Would that help you?
Well, it's not helping a lot now. I have supplemental insurance that I pay for out of my own pocket.
So Elon and Vivek would be in the right to actually cut that 160 away from you. That wouldn't actually help you out, right?
Well, I mean, if New York State was paying me more than they were paying these illegal immigrants.
Wait. See, now you're doing it. See, now you're doing it. That's that identity politics. I was asking you.
It's true.
I was just asking you.
That's the truth.
I'm asking you, are you willing to take a cut financially? Because Elon and Vivek, they're saying that 160 you're getting is way too much for you to just be sitting at home.
Not. When did they say that?
You're not.
They say that. They did not say that.
Okay, well, you know what they're going to be doing is cutting things, right? And Social Security and disability is on the table. It's on the chopping block. I don't know where you're getting it at, where you're getting your information, but how are you going to save the government money if you don't make cuts?
You know what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut the pork. They said that there's
the pork you're getting
of the, what did they say? 80% of the government, the people that are working in the government right now, don't even go into work.
So again, Michael, I believe you're being very, very genuine. You have to quit looking at everybody else and look at the man in the mirror. And every time I try to help you understand that you, sir, are in deep, deep trouble, your mind wanders. I'm just asking simple questions. Would you be okay with Elon and Vivek and Trump taking that 160 a week you get? That's a yes or no, bro. I know it's not enough, but you gotta. It's
obviously no.
Okay, then. So that's
New York State.
No.
It's New York State disability.
New York State disability.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so who you're saying the state of New York is giving you the disability?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hypothetically, would you be okay with them making that cut? The answer is no.
I would be okay with them giving me more instead of giving it to somebody else.
But wouldn't that make you
identity politics? I'm saying that.
Wouldn't that make you more of a Democrat? That's like socialism.
No, I paid into it. I've been working for 40 years.
That's still socialism.
I've been working for 40 years. Every week I get money taken out of my check for Social Security.
I do too.
Taken out of my check for New York State disability. I get money taken out of my check for state taxes, federal taxes. Where is all that money going? It's going. It's gone. If I'm looking at my money, if I'm looking at a paycheck and I go down the line looking at all the money that's taken out before I even see my money.
Do you get Social Security at all?
No, I pay into it.
Okay.
And that's the thing. No, that's another thing is Social Security is not what are they calling it? It's a benefit that's taken our money. You, sir, you pay Social Security taxes. Yeah. Every week.
You got a 401k too?
Money out of your pocket.
Do you have 401k?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that's going towards the drain. That's going towards the toilet. So it sounds to me like you would like to be better off financially. And all I'm trying to say to you is this. Do you think a government shutdown is going to help you financially? And you should know the answer. Thank you.
Obviously, I do not. No.
Thank you, Michael, finally. Okay, so this is what you voted for. The next thing I'm going to say to you, and again, you and I are just regular Americans.
Right.
Right. Okay, and so the next thing is this. You do understand when you're talking about getting rid of immigrants, you understand that the reason that because they're here, the prices you spend when you go shopping with that $160, that's why it's at the price it is. But if they go away, it's going to go up. You do get that, right? That's called inflation.
I'm not trying to. I don't want them to get rid of immigrants. My mother came over here on a boat from Italy. Excuse me. I'm like a first. Well, what would I be? A second generation American. My mother came over in 1940 something. Her father came over here from Italy.
From where?
Joined the service. Brought her. My mother and her sister were younger, way younger than my uncles.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather came over here, joined the service, brought his older boys over here. They joined the service. So he got citizenship and brought my mother over. So I'm not.
Yeah. So you understand the struggle. But the thing is, right now, Trump wants to do mass deportations. And I don't got time to go through all the details.
But he wants to go. Look at. So
but do you hear what I said?
Colorado? I'm sorry?
Did you hear what I said? He's got to do 11 million people, sir. And all I'm trying to help you understand is the United States, we've done something like that before in the past. And sometimes when you do stuff like this, innocent Americans get sucked into it, right? So there's going to be families that are torn apart. Right. You voted for that.
No,
there's these
I don't
people.
think so. I think
no. There's people living in fear right now in the community because they think, oh my God, my paperwork isn't straight. I haven't been really breaking the law, but I'm here, under, questionable circumstances. And guess what? I know I might end up getting deported. So people are going to flee. There's going to be a dip in the work market, in the labor market, because there's not enough people to do that kind of work. Because, for instance, would you be willing to get out there and pick agricultural products and stuff like that? Would you be willing to do it?
I've worked 40 years, my friend. I've worked midnights. I've worked 12-hour shifts. I've worked overnight. I've worked 7 days a week. I've worked 28 days in a row.
So you would be willing to do it. So you would be willing.
I've done it.
You would be willing to get out into the fields and do that work for the price that they're getting paid, correct? Because you said 136 wasn't enough. You said that wasn't enough because you're getting 136 a week and you're not getting out there and working. Right?
I'm on disability. I'm going back to work after the first of the year. Permanently disabled.
Okay, so would you be willing to let go of the $136 a week and get out there into that back-breaking weather or whatever and do that kind of work, sir? Yes or no? Because somebody has to make sure.
I've done work. I've done work that you wouldn't do.
Give me an example.
I've worked on a drill rig in the middle of a field when it's snowing out, drilling a hole in the ground, standing in the middle of a field when it's raining, drilling a hole in the ground.
So you know about
soil sample every 2 feet with a plug and a spoon, and that you would never even know about. Because
well, you know what I know about? I know all about what you're talking about. I know about drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack.
Hold on.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack. Drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I know all about this, Michael. I know all about drill, baby, drill, and frack, bro. Dude, look at me. Did you just hear what I just played? Drill, baby. Do you understand, Michael? Honestly, Michael. Do you know we have so much, Michael? Do you know we have so much liquid gold underneath our feet? And all we have to do is drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
And so why are you getting up here and acting like all of us don't know how to drill, baby, drill? I've drilled so much in my life, sir. I would embarrass you the way that I've drilled. Knock. What's so funny? You're acting like you're the only human being that's learned how to drill. And I got muscles in places. I got muscles in places, sir. You know what? I got to keep it clear. Michael, listen up.
I love you, buddy.
No, you don't.
I do. You're awesome.
No. Here's the deal, Michael. And I'm getting the vibe that you honestly know you made a terrible decision voting for Donald Trump.
Not at all. I love the guy. He's awesome.
So
I appreciate you. You know what? Honestly, I appreciate you listening to me. I love it, and I have no qualms. What's that?
No, Michael. In all seriousness,
yeah,
you're going to suffer. All right, at the hands of your dear leader. All of this because you're confused about how the United States government works, bro. And if I were you, I would stay away from people on this app that are just saying things that sound good. You know, like Joe Biden is ruining this country, right? These forever wars, and really pay attention because right now we're in a serious situation in this world. I didn't know if anyone has told you this. We're heading towards a 1929 style depression. You have this conflict in Ukraine, all right?
I do have savings, and I do know how to garden, by the way.
So you have savings and a garden.
Yep.
Now that's funny.
Yeah.
How much you got saved up?
Well, I got my 401k, and right now, thank God, I got savings that I'm able to live until I get back to work.
You got how many millions?
I don't have millions, but I got enough to keep me floating. It's called responsible economics.
You're going to need millions of dollars to live. You're going to need millions of dollars to retire, Michael. Michael, you're going to need millions of dollars to retire. Everyone knows that, all right? And your 401k, it goes up and then it could go down.
I love it. All these people, Michael ain't got nothing. Oh boy, these people really know me, don't they? Wow.
They do, Michael. For instance,
wow.
Hold on,
That's
Michael.
Great.
Would you hold on, Michael?
What's entitlement?
Michael, hold on. I have somebody.
Social Security.
Michael, hold on.
I paid into for
Michael,
40 years now.
Michael, you're getting triggered. I have somebody that I think might be able to help you understand something. All right. Sometimes I do this on my show where after I get done, doing my thing.
I love it.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, sir.
You lied about the 40% raise. It's not in the budget.
No?
You didn't read it, did you?
No, I was listening
you listen to people. It's not. So
Vivek Ramaswamy came up with
the thing is this, Michael. You talk while I'm talking. You can't hear what somebody's saying. So sit there politely and listen to what somebody else has to say.
Hey, don't patronize me.
Donald Trump does that, and that's who you voted for. So just sit and relax.
No, I'm not Donald
Trump. Michael, you're in good hands. You're in good hands, Michael.
The first thing that you did is you lied about.
Not to be,
the first thing that you did. The first thing you did is you lied about a 40% raise to Congress.
I didn't lie about it. That's what I heard.
Okay, that's what you heard. Okay.
So don't call me a liar.
I just did.
Michael, come on down, Michael. Michael, you don't gotta react to everything, right? The main thing is
you're letting this guy call me a liar.
Well, if you're not, then let it roll off your back like water on a duck, right? You know how that works, Michael.
Michael, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
I've let it roll off.
I'll apologize to you right now.
All right, thank you.
Hold on. If you pull up where you saw that the Congress is giving themselves a 40% raise, do it right now. Show it like I did, and I'll apologize to everybody here, 1,500 people.
All right. Well, don't. I saw a video.
So why
on this here? Now you're not listening to me. You're talking over me.
Hold on. Let's simmer, gentlemen. All right. Michael.
You don't want me talking over you, then you talk over me.
Go ahead.
Do you have the information?
Do I have your blessing? Do I have your blessing to talk?
Well, can I say this real quick?
Yes, sir.
So when people come up here, people have different angles in terms of how they communicate, but I don't think you should take it personal, right? I've been doing this for a while,
right?
And what I've learned to do is just focus on having the conversation. You two are strangers. We don't have enough time to get to know each other. And if somebody says something, you can, slightly push back, but let's keep the conversation going. A lot of people want to hear the discussion.
Right. Okay. Well, so my information was, as I was scrolling through here, and this is how I found you, I saw a video from Vivek Ramaswamy, which he was talking about the bill that was trying to be pushed through. And he said that there was included in it was a 40% pay hike for Congress.
Okay, great, fine. You don't have to go any further. They lied.
Thank you for saying that.
It was verified that they lied. So, see, due diligence would finalize your analysis by saying, "Oh, they lied." Now, You see right here, they're going to shut down the government right around Christmas because they don't like the bill. Now, the president-elect, Elon Musk, told the vice president, Donald J. Trump, to tell the Republicans not to pass the bill. Now, the thing is this. The first time when Trump shut down the government, do you know how much it cost the taxpayers?
No.
Why not?
Because I was working and I didn't pay attention, I guess.
Okay, so you don't pay attention.
Well, you know.
So you don't pay.
So we're getting somewhere. I like this. What would you do if we were to help you understand how much it costs the government? Would you?
What's that? What do you mean?
Attacking. Please continue.
So you don't pay. So you don't pay attention. So you voted for Trump. What did he say that he would do if he became the president of the United States again? That intrigued you to vote for him? Give me three things.
Well, he's going to lower taxes, he's going to drill, and he's going to close the border.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Lower taxes. And how is he going to do that? And how is that going to affect the American people?
He's going to lower taxes, so I pay less. He wants to stop.
See, that's just not it. See, right
he
here,
wants to.
schematic.
He wants to.
Michael, hold on. I don't need a dissertation. I don't need a dissertation.
Well,
I'm answering your question. You said lower taxes. Now I'm going
to stop taxing.
Now I'm going to counteract your comment to my question. Here is a diagram of what it's going to cost the American people compared to the rich. It's going to add 1430. Oops, I can't. Hold on. Let me get out of that again. Let's put that back up. 1430, 1500, 1700, and
600.
Right. So it's going to cost more to the American people. Now, Michael,
where are you getting that information?
Well, places you don't search.
Oh, you got a graph. Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. But the thing is this: it's places you don't search. So let me ask you a question. What did Donald Trump say about child care, that he's going to help people with new infants? What was he going to do?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any infants. It doesn't affect me at all.
Okay. But it does affect millions of others,
Not
right?
Me. I don't care.
Okay.
Doesn't affect me at all.
Okay.
That's a bad attitude.
Let's go to the
Why?
border. How many millions of border? How many millions of border
I've
crossings?
paid my taxes.
How many millions of
4
border
years.
crossings? How many millions of border crossings under Trump happened?
No idea.
How come you have no idea, but yet you just made a comment with Joe Biden? There's 20 million. Did you read the articles? Did you search out the information regarding a specific number?
Even ABC News says there's over 10 million illegal immigrants that come over the
10
border.
million, but you said 20 million.
And that's what the estimate is. But
Okay,
at
so
least
if that is such a
At
big
least
issue with you,
10 million.
if that's such a big issue, why would the Republican Party and Trump not want to pass a border bill that would have addressed judges, more technology, more agents, more funding to get everything fixed? And Donald Trump said, no, don't pass it. I want to use it as ammunition against Joe Biden. Now, Chip Roy, a Republican from Texas, called out Mr. Trump on the floor and said, Mr. Trump, there were millions of border crossings under you in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. See, this has been an issue for the past 50 years. The thing is this. You didn't vote for Kamala Harris for 2 reasons.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Now this is what I want to get into.
The specific reason, I'm just going to say it's because she's a woman. The second reason is because she's black. Because the thing is this. You decided to ignore ethics and morals and values. You put a man who assaults women. You put a man in there who degrades people.
Wow.
Excuse me, I'm talking. You put a man in office who's a 34-time convicted felon.
Right.
Who
There you go.
Who took nuclear
weaponization of the
Who
DOJ.
took nuclear program information to Mar-a-Lago and lied about it, who ignored the subpoena, and who has literally said that he wants to tear up the Constitution of the United States and do a mass deportation on children who were born within the boundaries of the United States of America, which is in the Constitution, that they become American citizens even if the person is an immigrant or a naturalized citizen. Donald Trump wants to denaturalize children who were born in the United States. Do you approve of that, Michael?
All right, now it's my turn.
It's yes or no? I want an answer to that question specifically.
Yes, I do. Yep.
You approve of it?
Yes.
So you want to kick out doctors, lawyers, teachers,
get rid of them.
business
Get rid of
owners?
them. Yes.
Michael, hold on,
Yes.
Michael, you didn't come up here with that attitude.
Get rid of them.
Michael, when you and I were talking, it seems like something attacking said made you snap.
Yeah, because of his. Well, now.
The real Michael has now.
No, let me put it this way: how many pardons is Mr. President Biden passing out? Who is he pardoning? Why does he have to pardon his son from 2014, from when he started at Burisma and getting $80,000 a month from being on the board of Burisma? And now, all of a sudden, he's got to pardon him from 2014, a 10-year specific pardon.
And that made you upset. So that makes you upset that President...
Why does he have to do that?
Michael, listen.
Why does he have to...
I'm going to answer it while let attacking, but I just want to say this. Does that make you... I can hear the anger.
Right, absolutely.
You don't got to be angry because a father's
really
looking out for his...
That's garbage.
Okay.
This guy got himself wealthy at the cost of Americans. You know what? These say everybody says, "Oh, Trump, he did all of this stuff. He got wealthy. He's a business owner. He follows the rules that are put forth by Congress. The people in Congress. How much does
Let it out, Michael. Let it out.
How much does a congressman make a year?
This is the
what
anger.
What is a congressman's salary?
Okay.
What is a senator's salary?
Michael, I'm going to let it
attack you. What is Nancy Pelosi's salary?
So, okay, you're
much
angry.
Are they making?
You're angry because we have politicians ripping off Americans.
Exactly.
Okay. Attacking?
Okay. So, Michael, yes or no? Did Hunter Biden work in government? Yes or no?
His father did.
That was not the answer, Michael. Michael, come on, Michael.
States of America.
Michael.
Hold on.
This guy is.
Listen, he has to answer the questions.
He is sucking the life out of.
Okay, great, Michael. Okay, hold on.
And you guys don't have a problem.
Hold on, Michael. Did Ivanka Trump work in the United States government under her father? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Michael!
What was her title?
She was the assistant to the President of the United States. That was her title. Jared Kushner, her husband, also worked in the government. Now, Michael, do you know anything about the emoluments clause in the Constitution of the United States?
No.
Well, that means that any government official like Trump or Ivanka cannot make monies for personal financial gain as they are in the government. So that means the president. Hold on, Michael. You can't listen if you talk.
Can't do it twice.
So,
you can't do that, Michael.
Donald Trump and Ivanka received 26 trademarks.
Michael, this is serious.
I'm listening.
So Ivanka received 26 trademarks between 2017 and 2019, working for the government of the United States, going against the emoluments clause. Hunter Biden worked as a private citizen, as an attorney for Burisma, and he was paid $83,000 a month for his expertise in the legal system. Now, Michael, hold on, Michael.
Michael, please.
Okay.
You don't have one document. You don't have one document that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden transferred any money from any foreign entities. As a matter of fact,
They got all the LLCs.
Excuse me,
Michael, please.
In regards to the transcript,
we just want you to hear what we're saying, Michael. That's it.
Yeah.
From the transcript of the questioning from Matt Gaetz to Hunter Biden behind closed doors for 6 hours, Hunter Biden said to Matt Gaetz, and I have that transcript and I can go to my computer. He said, Mr. Gaetz, you have every bank transaction I have ever done. You have 100,000 documents. You do not have one bank transfer of money to my father or from my father to me. So, Michael, tell me where these millions of dollars came from to Hunter and Joe Biden. Tell me right now.
I don't know. Why is he pardoning him? Why is he pardoning him?
You just made a comment that they were making hundreds of millions of dollars. Now tell me where the money came from, Michael.
No, I made the comment that he's pardoning him from 2014.
You also made the comment that he's making money from Burisma. Where's the money coming from? Where's it coming from?
From Burisma.
Michael,
Where did Joe Biden get the money from?
From Hunter. Why is he pardoning him?
Excuse me.
Why is he pardoning him?
You just hear the words that came out of my mouth. Hunter Biden to Matt Gaetz under oath being questioned.
He did nothing wrong. So why is he pardoning him?
Excuse me.
Michael.
First off, if Trump would have pardoned Ivanka, Jared, Eric, or Don Jr., you would clap and cheer.
No.
But the thing is this: Trump pardoned Jared
putting words
Kushner's
in my
father,
mouth.
who's a criminal. He pardoned Steve Bannon, who ripped off millions of dollars from his own donors. He pardoned Roger Stone in regards to the January 6th attack. He pardoned Dinesh D'Souza, the maker of 2,000 Mules. He has pardoned criminals. Paul Manafort, who received money from Ukraine when he was helping Trump in 2016, where in the Mueller report it says that Paul Manafort was talking to a Russian oligarch about turning over the eastern part of Ukraine to Russia, and all they needed was a wink and a nod from Donald J. Trump. That was in 2015-16 at the RNC convention. How many people need to be pardoned by Donald Trump who are doing criminal activities for him, like Michael Flynn? How come that doesn't piss you off, Michael?
It does, but why? Okay.
Okay, so Michael, I'm listening to this.
People.
Michael, I'm listening to this, and I think you're confusing Hunter Biden's tax charges and the pew pew charges with the allegations of him and his father being in a pay for play sort of scheme.
Okay.
So that was misinformation, because if they had evidence that Joe Biden
have to pardon him from 2014. Tell me that.
Okay, because guess what? That's what they were trying to use against him. All right. Now it goes back to then. It's a completely different situation. If
Rules
they had
for you and not for me.
Michael, come on. If they had evidence that Joe Biden was actually getting paid the way you described it, Michael, I'm just trying to get it out. They would have impeached him.
Know.
They would have impeached him.
Ooh.
Because you remember they were trying to impeach President Biden. You remember this? James Comer, remember? This just happened.
Yeah.
They tried to impeach her, but they couldn't do it because they didn't have any evidence of crimes. As a matter of fact, you had evidence that James Comer himself was doing what you're describing. All right, so let's leave that there. Michael, let's leave that there. Okay, yeah. And on a serious note, what kind of man would let his own son go to prison? Especially if you're the president, Donald Trump is on his way to come in and go after your own son. You'd have to be an animal to allow that to happen.
Wrong.
Huh?
He didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, Michael, here I got a question for you. Why would you support a man, Michael, who assaulted E. Jean Carroll, who touched this woman here when she was 13 years old with Jeffrey Epstein, who said on a nationwide TV show that he and his daughter have relations in common, who said he could grab a woman by the coochie because he's rich and famous, walked into the dressing rooms of naked underage teens, bragged about it on Howard Stern show. So why would you come out and vote for somebody who has come out loud and proud as being a perv?
What
Now,
about
Michael? That's Michael.
Don't go
That's
say
a
what
serious.
about Biden. Don't
That's
go,
a that's a,
about
that's a
Biden's
question about
daughter
you,
and her
Michael.
diary
Michael. That's a
that
question
have been
about
proven to be true?
Michael. Remember. Hold on. You. What he's talking about is this kind of stuff.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
He's talking about that kind of behavior, that kind of rhetoric.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
These came out of Donald Trump's mouth, Michael. His own mouth on a nationwide TV show. Why would you vote for somebody who admitted to doing pervy things to women and children?
Now that's a question about your decision making. It's not about Joe Biden and it's not about Hunter. It's really about what was going on in your mind, Michael, when you heard him say that and still said, you know what, I'm going to vote for him anyway.
Well, I never heard that before until you just played it. And
of course.
Why is that a bad?
You guys never hear that stuff. But you made a comment about Joe Biden.
Right, because he's been the president for 4 years.
What did Joe Biden do in regards to a woman or a child? Tell me.
He was molesting his own daughter.
Don't keep it clean. You can't say that on TikTok. Come on now, and please. That's and again, you got to use TikTok. You can't use those kind of words on TikTok.
You have to be TikTok friendly.
You have to say SA and stuff like that. Okay, you got to act like you've been in this app before. All right, now listen.
I haven't.
You don't have any, and I got to stop you there. Joe Biden never did what you said, and you need to never repeat that again. Because if you don't have it, if you don't have any evidence, if you don't have a court document number, no. If you don't have a docket number, and this comes from one of your friends on the app named Snuggie. If you don't have a docket number, and he's Ultimate MAGA, by the way, you can't use it. If Joe Biden did those things, there should be a docket number that accompanies it so that we can make sure the victims get justice. Outside of that, you cannot take information someone wrote in their diary, having a random stream of consciousness, as Ashley herself said, and then use that and weaponize it the way you just did. That would make you, as far as I'm concerned, an evil person. You can't just go around saying stuff about that. What if somebody were to say something about you? You have kids?
Yep.
What if we looked at your child's diary, and we read something in there she said about you that wasn't true, and then we started running around here saying that, well, you know what, we found it in her diary, and it's true. You understand how that would feel, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you have a diary? Right. Do you have a diary? Have you ever written in a diary before? You know what goes down in your diary. Stuff you don't want to really have to talk to people about. So I'm not surprised.
But Michael, the thing is this. These things that we're saying came out of Donald Trump's mouth. And you don't care.
No.
You're trying to say that Joe Biden did something without any proof or documentation. And Ashley Biden, who said this didn't happen. Now, the thing is, we have solid proof and evidence. Women coming out, Gloria Allred and Lisa Bloom, high acknowledged attorneys for women's rights and abuse. They were supporting bringing some of these people out, but they got unaliving threats by people, not you specifically, but Trump lovers, threatening them if they don't end these, they're going to be unalived, and so are their families. So as you have documents like with E. Jean Carroll coming out with 11 witnesses saying Donald Trump did certain things, how, again, can you stand or sit here, or if you're standing or whatever, how can you defend a man who's done pervy things to women and children?
I'll give
and be good with it.
I'll give you an out, Michael. How about this?
No.
I'm going to ask him to apologize for voting for Trump and just tell us all today you regret doing it, and we can move on. How about that, Michael? You want to do that?
Never.
Okay, then could you answer Attacking's question?
What was the question? I'm sorry. I was reading these little...
Don't read what's in the chat.
Pay
attention to people who are talking to you. You have to be able to do you can't do two things at once. That's why you're leaving.
Well, I don't know. Michael, did you get in trouble with the TikTok gods? I saw something flash across my screen.
All right, I'm gonna drop. Sorry, guys, if I was over exuberant and all this stuff, but I'm sorry. This really upsets me more than anything else. I don't care if Donald Trump rips off the government for money.
Michael,
doing something against women and children upsets me to the core.
Michael, he ran away, ladies and gentlemen, or he got in trouble with the app. I don't know what it is, but unfortunately, Michael.
Thanks, Zeus. I'm gonna drop.
Thank you attacking, and we got to do what we got to do, Michael. Unfortunately, you know what? You ran your course, and you're clearly possessed with the MAGA demon, and there's no real hope for you. And we gave you all the facts, the data, and statistics to help you make a better decision and be more informed, but you rejected the truth and chose to dwell in hell. Michael, no. There you go, Michael. See, you got in trouble on the app, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Michael lost his ability to talk because of his nasty, evil behavior. Michael, you seem like a decent person, but attacking, he made you snap when he started giving you all that information. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire for Michael, all right? Because he needs to learn the hard way. Michael, this one's for you, big baby. I'm going to cast you into the lake of fire where you belong, and may you burn, baby, burn. All right, no more drill, baby, drill for you. You're just going to burn. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of booze and shame. One more for you, Michael.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I see a lot of people in the chat are triggered right now, and especially to the Trump supporters. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show, but like I said,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Rhea.
If you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Michael. You know, you seem very, on the up and up until we actually started drilling into the meat and potatoes of like your belief system. And when we got there, we arrived at the conclusion that there's misogyny and there's some racism in there. And you got to unpack that. You got to work on that, all right? Because it was showing. And then the next thing is, you seemed very angry when it came to Joe Biden pardoning Hunter Biden, but you had no energy about Donald Trump and his family members ripping the United States government off like we've never, ever been ripped off before, which to me is bizarre. You had a problem with billionaires. This is what you said. I have a problem with billionaires ripping off the American people, as if these two right here, who are currently trying to shut the United States government down in order to pull that off at a level we've never seen before as we head towards a 1929 style depression. It's okay for them to do it, and you can't even see them doing it, but you got all your senses are like extra sensitive to Joe Biden and his son. It's sickening, Michael, and you do need to get real help, all right? Are you kidding me? Biden has stolen more bread, more money from the American. No. Again, let me bring up my next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. All right, as you can see, we got some people up here who definitely have more truth than you Trump supporters can handle. All right, hi Takesha.
Hey Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom.
I'm a little under the weather, but I want to say this, Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
The same people
Rick
that complain about Joe Biden pardoning his son are the same people who go put their house up to get their children out of jail. The same people who run to the jail cell to pay bail. The same people who pay for lawyers. The same people who go get their children from the drug house. The same people that go get their children from the club that's drunk. The same people,
hypocrites,
that don't pay their bills in December to get their children something for Christmas. But they don't understand that this man was not finna leave his child in the hands of these people with these dark black hearts. Look at their eyes, Zeus. They have no souls.
None.
They have sold their souls to the devil. Ain't no love in damn one of their eyes. Look at their eyes, Zeus. They dark and they demonic. And if I was Joe Biden, I wouldn't leave my child back here with them either. And guess what else I wouldn't do?
W, Takesha. Go ahead, Takesha. Minister to these demons.
Zeus.
Yes.
I would not explain
Hallelujah.
to nobody why I pardoned my own child.
Yeah.
I would have just done it. And if the rest of them child was needed a pardon and they could do it, they would do it too. Stop acting
Amen.
like y'all such patriots.
Amen.
And y'all don't understand why this man didn't save his child. When y'all
Amen.
would do the exact same thing. It's the hypocrites for me.
Amen, Takesha. W, Takesha.
It's the hypocrites for me. Because I would have done it for my child too. And I wouldn't have cared who didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Why was he so angry in your opinion? Because he was getting
Listen,
worked up, wasn't he?
Zeus,
Oh, you could hear him foaming at the mouth, and I think I heard his blood pressure go up a little bit too. What was going on in his mind, you think?
Zeus, Michael is a listener to
Oh.
whoever put something in his ear.
Huh.
Because he had no facts on anything. And when attacking tried to bring him facts, he still pivoted to something else. These people love to be angry. They want something to be angry about, and Donald Trump gives them something every day. Who wants to shut down a government where people can't pay their bills because the person that ain't even in office tell them not to accept it?
He asked
ain't
you a
got nothing
question,
to do with
Takesha.
nothing.
He said what he asked you a question in the chat because he's lied so much he got in trouble on TikTok. His question is this: maybe you could help him. I tried to. Why pardon someone who isn't guilty?
Well, Donald Trump pardoned a lot of people. Nobody ever said he wasn't guilty. Biden never said his son wasn't guilty.
Thank
That's the
you.
problem. He never said Hunter wasn't guilty. What he said was his child did not get a fair deal, and he did not. Because who goes to jail for taxes and who goes to jail for making a mistake on a application from a person who was strung out on drugs, who had not the mental capacity to do what was right? Y'all always got understanding for everybody but who you don't like. Michael, the man, never said his child didn't do wrong. He was not finna leave his child back here to be done wrong, to
Thank
be
you.
set up for injustice. But
Thank
y'all
you.
want somebody to have some mercy on Donald Trump, who done did everything but died.
Thank you.
But
Michael.
y'all want people to be understanding to him. Stop it, Michael. Cut it out.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he pardoned this child. If it was you, you'd have pardoned yours too. So
Thank you.
stop acting like you would not have.
Amen. And one thing I think we do need to address with Michael Takesha, wouldn't you say that Donald Trump was guilty himself?
He was guilty of everything that he was charged with, Zeus.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thank you. So you it's always when he got, I said, so you have a problem with criminals. This is what I wanted to say to Michael. So you got a problem with criminals, but you went and voted for one. Doesn't that take
Right.
away his credibility in so many ways?
Let me tell you something, Zeus. You know how many people are guilty of something that has never been charged.
Oh.
Does that mean they're not guilty?
Nope, it doesn't.
Their
God see
charges
them.
have been dropped on for a technicality. Does that mean they're not guilty?
No, it does not. God saw him. And you know
Donald
that's
Trump is just as guilty as he can be. And when they get this punishment that the Lord finna give him as well, they gonna wish they hadn't asked for that king they begged for.
Yep. Yep.
How about that?
Amen. No lies detected. And he didn't even mention anything about the two-tier justice system
He
at
doesn't
work.
care. As long as it don't, this man went all the way back to Clinton, Obama, and he brought up Biden.
Yeah.
He never said Bush started that war, which started everything that took place. They'll never see people. Problem is, Zeus.
Talk
They
to him.
focused on Democrat and Republican. They not focused on the American people.
They sure ain't.
They want to blame one party for something that another party started, that the other party didn't end. But who started it, Zeus?
They know. They know
Exactly.
exactly who started this. But it's
Michael
the
sit up in the house and just listen. And if he said that money don't help him a month, then he should have a big savings because he shouldn't even be spending it.
the 160 a month. Did you hear him?
Yeah, you don't spend
Michael, send us the 160 right
You
now.
don't spend 160 that don't help you. That should just go into your savings because it's not helping you.
Yeah.
Donate the 160, Michael, since it doesn't help you.
Yeah, he said he deserves more than 160 a week. That's wild, right? Because these are the same people that say we need less government. All right. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
it help him, Zeus, because he take it right to the store. People don't use money that don't help them. They just let it go into their savings, Zeus.
Amen. Amen. Well, there you go. Well, listen,
I'm just sick of these people.
Well,
They play too much for me.
Well, we're gonna help them out, all right. But it's not gonna be the easy way. It's gonna be the hard way. We're gonna watch them suffer, especially around Christmas when the government shuts down. Like I said, I don't want to see them with a Christmas tree in their house. I don't want to see no Christmas.
They finna be laying eggs themselves. They ain't gonna be able to afford them. Zeus, they gonna be eating all kind of dairy products and turning their butts to their gas tank, trying to fill it with that kind of gas.
Yeah,
they don't be able to buy no gas.
That's that part. That's what and you know what? I'm not gonna feel bad for them because this what they voted for this. All right. Well,
I'm gonna be overfilling my gas. I'm gonna be overfilling my lawnmower just not to get them no gas.
Yeah. You want some of this, and it's spilling out of the nozzle. Like, oh, you want some of this, but you can't come.
You better get some of this overflow out this gas because I'm not gonna pour into it.
Tell them, Takesha, no lies detected. No lies detected. Well, listen,
that's all I want to do because I
all right.
Had an energy today.
All right, well, you did good coming up here, all right, and I honestly appreciate you, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Right,
Takesha in the chat, no lies detected. Please put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Trump supporter, don't worry, we'll bring you right on up here. We'll lower your taxes and we'll pay off your debt. We'll drill, baby, drill like you've never seen before. But Takesha, you got to be willing to come up here. You got to be willing to come up here and tell the truth and shame the devil. Fonnie Willis, they said she's disqualified, but the indictment still stands. Again, Trump supporters. Would I have loved to see Fonnie Willis do it? Yeah, but you know what's even better? You know what? It's get out of the way, Fonnie. Because when that conviction sticks, you know what you Trump supporters won't be able to say? You won't be able to say it was the Democrats. Congratulations. Congratulations once again, MAGA. You're getting everything you've asked for. All right, and guess what? He's still getting indicted. Thank you, Fonnie, for at least getting the indictment started. And we understand you can't do what we want you to do, but you know what? You've done enough, and you will always have our support. Thank you, Fonnie Willis, Nathan Wade. Because sometimes you know what they say, it takes a crook to catch a crook, right? All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here. We don't got much time, and I know time is of the essence. Please put a 1 in the chat. And to the fake people out there, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying. You don't really care. You don't really care. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way. This is easy work. Please, audience, please. I know you hate when I do this, but bear with me.
Yeah.
What do you want to? Yeah. You've been begging for at least 2 weeks to get in my box. Haven't you realized people really don't like you and that there's an issue?
I realize that, but winning is everything. That's what I do.
Yeah, but people.
That's how it goes. I mean, you guys talking about old cases. You're talking about Donald Trump. That's essay this and essay that. He's not in jail.
How come you listen? How come you don't ever? You never sound happy. You never. You never sound happy.
Classified documents. Jack Smith. Where's everybody? You guys act like you know everything, but you lost at everything.
Anything
you lost
else?
The election. You lost the House. You lost the Senate. Bro, you're just a loser. And all you guys in the comment section.
Let me ask you a quick question.
What's up?
The government shut down.
Right. We should shut it down until Trump gets in office because you guys are just horrible people.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
you know what that means. You know what that means.
What's up with the cases, bro?
You know what that means, right? Oh, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. You got to warm up the lake of fire for that MAGA demon. He still doesn't get it. Snuggles. I don't know what else to say, but get back to where you came from. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do. Let's take out the trash. Let's sit and snuggle straight to the lake of fire.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Snuggy. The thing about all of this is we are actually in the best position because you are advocating for your own suffering. All right. You want the government to shut down. Think about what you're saying. Close down the board, open up the borders until Trump and his administration get into office. Subject all of us to whatever global issues and security issues, because guess what? We don't need our military. We don't need people to even have jobs. As a matter of fact, we don't even care about the kids. It's sick, bro. And you know what? I got to do it again. Another round of booze and shame. This is MAGA. Y'all don't get it.
Silence, you MAGA.
And if I were you, Snuggie, I would get an immigration attorney, perhaps, and check in with them and say, do I have anything to worry about? Because these mass deportations, I don't know. I posted a video for you, Snuggie. Tom Homan gave us some updates about mass deportations. You really should check it out, all right? Because he said there's no limit in terms of how much it's going to cost. It's going to cost way more than $86 billion. Imagine that, Snuggie. They're going to take billions and billions and billions of dollars and invest it into migrants while they let you suffer. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Deport Snuggles. Wow, Cabria. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and you wanna come up here and try to defend your daddy. All right, because we don't got all morning to do this. All right, deport MAGA. I agree, Queen Flea. Someone wrote Snuggie voted to be deported. Wow. I mean, this. If I were you, Snuggie, I would actually consider just getting off TikTok and, sailing off into the sunset. All right. There's no love for you. There's no love for you over here. Please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right up and we will drill, baby, drill. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Lower my taxes, Zeus. I would if I could, but I don't have that kind of authority. Please put a 1 in the chat. All right. We don't got all day, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who is this? Jeff Johnson. Come on up here, Jeff. You're the lucky one.
Hey, thank you. And I appreciate it. I know we don't have all day, but you're talking about the government shutdown. I think that's a great topic. One of the things, though, we got to look at is the facts of the government shutdown. You're not going to lose your border control. You're not going to lose your military. It's not like they pack everything up and go home. When we shut down the government, we shut down certain services within the government.
What services, Jeff?
Well, so like the Department of Education will go home, non-essentials, basically. So they don't just shut it completely down, right? We got to be honest about that. I
mean, I'm being as honest as I can.
Right.
So you're saying no, this is all this smoke that they're huffing and puffing about is just about shutting down the Department of Education?
Well, it's like no, it's.
I think it's a lot more than that, right? What you're doing is minimizing it. What you're doing is You're trying to cushion the blow.
Well, because it is. It's the Democrats. Jeffrey's got on MSNBC this morning. He's talking.
I played it.
You're going to hurt all the people, right?
You are.
You're going to hurt. You got all the children, and they do this every year.
And Jeff, you did that, Jeff, when you voted for a convicted felon. And this is what we're trying to help you all understand. Could you imagine President Biden on his way to becoming president back in 2020, and one of the things he called for was the Democrats to shut down the government? Imagine what that would have looked like. Do you get the situation we're in right now? You literally have this guy, President Musk. I don't even want to call him that, but that's what he is. President Musk, Vice President Trump, all right, saying, hey, shut this thing down until I get into office, which means people are going to have to either work for free or not show up to work at all in a lot of spaces. Our national security, go ahead, put it at threat. We don't care because there's some pork. There's some pork in the bill. Okay, this is what they're saying. There's pork in the bill. There's things in there that we don't like. Oh, really? But you know what, Joe Biden, if you could, please raise the debt ceiling.
That's
You
what they
see,
want to do, right? They want to raise the debt ceiling.
no, Trump wants to do that. Yeah,
No, Biden talked about raising he wants them,
that's
and the Democrats want to as well.
no,
But
no,
if you
no, no,
look,
no.
I think
Why would the Democrats raise the debt ceiling when that's all you've been crying about? Oh, look at that, our debt, our national debt. You know who raised the national debt? It was Donald Trump, $8 trillion.
when do you think we'll actually look at our national debt and think about paying all this back?
I don't think that'll
This
happen under.
continuing.
Let me say this: it won't happen under Donald Trump because you know what he's concerned about: lining his pockets and helping other billionaires line their pockets and increasing the national debt. He's not worried about. He's not trying to really help people like you, Jeff. You know that.
The Democrats don't ever line their pockets.
Jeff, did you hear what I just said? You have Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
yeah. But I'm saying it shakes out on both sides. You know that, Zeus.
No, 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 it doesn't.
You know
No,
Nancy Pelosi really well, right?
I don't know her. I
Okay.
never met her.
They're building cases against her right now as we speak.
Okay.
Biden too. You know that recently, didn't they talk about they were going to impeach him?
Here we go again, Jeff. Here we go
The
again.
27 million.
Impeach who?
Biden.
Did they impeach him?
Nope.
Why not?
Because we're getting at the end here, and they won't do it.
Did they have? No,
I'm
no, no,
telling
no.
you, our government takes care of our government. They're a nice class of people. You got Democrats, Republicans. It's not about what party it is. It's all about the money. And if you
Jeff-
follow the money, you know that. Come on, Zeus, be honest, right? It's
No.
about the money.
Jeff, okay, it is about the money. So here's what I have to say. I believe Donald Trump said he was going to help Americans save their money by doing things like lowering inflation, right?
Or taxes, yep.
Slashing the taxes and things like that. Already, they're talking and they're saying that's not going to happen.
You mean
Right?
like the grocery thing that in Time Magazine, that article?
Yeah, because
Yep.
we're looking at his plans, right? And if you look at it, mass deportations, that's going to make inflation go up. Tom Homan just yesterday said it's going to cost the United States government at least $86 billion.
Who's Tom Homan?
The borders are
The
Trump.
borders
picked.
are, and he
Now,
said
now-
it's going to cost
now-
how much? 88 billion?
That's starting. They need 100,000. There's only 30,000 beds to hold the migrants. He says he needs at least 100,000 of them, but he would like to have as many as he could because how could you put a price on this? So,
Right.
Jeff, imagine that all that money being invested into the migrants that could have been invested into you.
Well, they were, before that, they've already invested probably 5 times that, right?
No.
I mean, New York City cut off the free debit card, $1,500 a month to migrants because they said, we can't afford it. And he's a Democrat. The Eric there, he said, I can't afford it no more.
But listen, don't keep looking at the Democrats and what they're doing. I'm trying to help you understand what you're about to experience is going to really rock your world.
We'll have to
Okay,
see.
because at the end of the day, you got those mass deportations. They're about to happen.
They need to.
And there's going to be a good chunk of the workforce that's going to disappear.
I think January 10th is going to be very interesting. I think we got some times coming up here with Venezuela that we're going to reckon with, and that's probably going to happen.
You know what, Jeff? I think you're in denial. Good morning, Swerve, and how are you doing?
Good morning, my brother. How's things?
All right. I'm up here talking to Jeff, and he's not seeing the light. Any thoughts on what Jeff might need to work on in terms of his understanding or his lack of it?
Well, one thing, I love just how they willfully spread false information. He's sitting there complaining about Eric Adams cutting off the $1,500 a month debit card. That's not true. That debit card was never $1,500 a month. It was like $12 a day. Number two, where is all the money that the federal government gave to bobblehead Babbity Hot Wheels in Texas to take care of the migrant situation? Why didn't any of that money make its way to New York? Number three, you make yourselves, everything Zeus has mentioned to you, you immediately said, well, they all do it. They all build in these cases. Comer, the one who led the investigation into the possible impeachment of Joe Biden, no evidence of nothing. So I don't know what case they're building on the back end. Then you're sitting here talking about a case against Nancy Pelosi because she was lining her pockets. She comes from generational wealth. Her husband has been a day trader since like 1987 or 1989. She was born wealthy, long before she even met her husband.
So does that get her
So
off?
but see, here's the thing. You keep saying they both do it.
Like
You
I
want to
said, all
call
the
out
money.
Nancy Pelosi. When are you going to call out Donald Trump? When are you going to call him out for playing golf 345 days? And people like myself, you, and Zeus paid him over $145 million to play golf.
That's a valid
345
question.
days he played golf in 4 years.
Yep.
Jeff, that's a valid
That's pretty
question.
good.
That's what you want your leader
If
to
you
be
think you
doing.
could do it on Saturday and Sunday,
You think that's what
Joe
your
Biden
leader should be
couldn't play
doing in the
golf
middle
because
of a
he's not
global
physically able.
pandemic? You think that's what your leader should be doing, playing golf?
Hey, if he can run the country and play golf, that's good for him.
You know what? This is just foolishness.
So,
He don't
so
care.
Obama never played golf.
Obama played.
Bush
Obama.
never
Let me
played
tell you
golf.
what. Let me tell you what President Obama did. His second year as president. May stop it. His second. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that.
That's
His
fine. That's
second
fine.
year as president, he went out and played golf on Easter Sunday. Donald Trump comes on TV. I'm not going to have time to be playing golf. How dare he plays golf with this country in the recession that it's in right now? I'm not going to have time to be playing golf. I'm going to be working too hard for the people. You're going to be winning on the economy. You're going to be winning on gas. You're going to be winning on groceries.
I remember that.
You're going to be winning that.
Right?
Okay?
No.
And then Obama turns around and doesn't play nowhere near golf for 345 days.
Well, because he wasn't that good at it. I mean, let's be honest.
It doesn't matter whether he was good at it. See, there you go again.
Jeff, quit making
You're
excuses.
perfectly
Swerving.
fine
Swerving,
with
I'm
Donald
making a-
Trump
I'm
taking
making a
almost
joke.
a year away from his duties as president to play golf, and we paid him $145 million to do it. You were full of excuses. This is why we say you're in a cult.
Thank you. And if you think you're making a joke, we're making a better joke. So please, Jeff, listen.
And if you've been paying attention, you would have seen his proposed tax plan. The last tax plan he wrote, he took away things like the SALT. He took away PMI. He took these things away. So you end up in a higher tax bracket. And looking at his current tax plan that he's currently proposing, your taxes are going to go up again. And I love how y'all complained while
I
Joe
actually
Biden
paid
was
less
president.
taxes during
Oh
his
my
4
God,
years.
these eggs are so expensive.
The eggs.
Gas is so
Well, eggs
expensive.
are
W
like
Creative
$5
Inc.
a dozen.
Thank you,
But
Creative
you're
Inc.
perfectly okay, Jeff.
Just because they're
with
$5
prices
a
and
dozen
things,
doesn't
you're
mean
perfectly
anything.
okay,
Yeah.
Jeff, with prices and things going up because Donald Trump is the president. You're perfectly okay with your taxes going up because he's the president.
Well, he's not the president yet.
He will be on January
Where's-
20th.
and when-
And this stuff is already on paper. They have
Hey,
already
Swervin?
put it out on paper.
What happens the first 2 years? Are we
They
still
already
underneath
put it
Biden's
out
economy,
on paper.
or
He
are we
will
under
rewrite
Trump's
the tax
economy?
code in 2025 to go into effect 2026.
So Swervin, we're going to be underneath Biden's. Everybody says this about Democrats.
When
They're
it
like,
comes
"Oh,
to the tax
reason
code,
that Trump did so well because he was underneath Obama's.
He
economy
inherited
when
for
the
the
it
first
comes,
2 years.
Jeff, you're just not listening. I didn't say anything about the economy. Okay, he's getting ready to get another slam in the economy, another boom in the economy, just like he did the first time. When it comes to the tax code, which is rewritten every 8 years, he is now getting ready to write a second tax code, which is going to raise your taxes.
He's going to
Because
simplify
the
the
first one
taxes,
is
right?
expiring,
Yeah.
and you're
Jeff-
just not listening, and you
Jeff-
don't care.
Jeff, this is nothing to joke about, all right? I get it. Life is funny for you because you got your cult leader.
It's not funny, but when you talk about the taxes, Zeus, we're sitting here talking about them rewriting the taxes. He's
Well,
actually
yes.
talking about simplifying the taxes and making it better for the middle class.
And your taxes are going up.
How? How? Tell me how.
Go
'Cause you
read
don't
his
bring
tax.
any facts,
Go read
Swervin.
his tax policy. Go read his tax policy. Go read
Jeff.
his tax policy. I mean, do you want me to use smaller
I'm going
words
to
or
go from
what?
28% to 15%.
Jeff,
Not
here's-
yours.
Jeff, I've asked this question, and it's a fair question. What do you think you and Elon, Jeff Bezos, and Donald Trump all have in common?
They're way richer than me, so I don't know what we have in common.
Exactly.
We probably have common sense in common.
So if you were to go into a room and imagine this, hey guys, we got to have a meeting to rewrite the tax code. Who do you think would come out winning, you or them? It's not this difficult thing to imagine.
As a businessman, businesses, corporations always come out well.
So not you.
No, I do too. I mean, I own my own business. So
no, because I asked you what you had in common with these people, and you came back and said nothing.
Well,
Zeus, can I ask a question?
I don't have as much as they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Zeus, I'm directing this question towards you because I've been seeing a lot of this lately too. Why is it every MAGA supporter that we run into owns their own business now?
W Swerve.
Every single one of them owns
that
their
is
own business all of a sudden.
Let me guess. And is your business thriving, Jeff? Because that's a valid point. Is your business doing good? It's doing good under Joe Biden? Okay, W Joe Biden. He's thriving under Biden.
We know how underneath the tax codes that are pretty good.
No, is Joe Biden the president?
Now we're going to rewrite
wait, Jeff, this is simple logic. Is President Biden the president?
Yes.
And your business is thriving under Joe Biden's administration, correct?
Yep. I don't let the government dictate where I go with my business.
And the government has never dictated that to anybody.
I don't
can't do it.
What are you sitting here talking about?
He can't do it. You all get stuck right there because
Jeff,
on one hand, go for it, Swerve. Go for it.
I'll give you this carte blanche, Jeff. In the past 50 years, name one thing the Republican GOP party has done for the betterment of every citizen in this country.
They gave tax cuts to the middle class.
When did that happen?
During the Trump administration.
Yeah, and those have expired. So we're right back to where we started in higher tax brackets.
They haven't yet expired.
They have expired. They've been expiring. They have been expiring. They've expired a little bit. You know, I'm done with him.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. You're saying
you don't know what you're talking about.
So
you were saying that there were some of
his tax plan, certain parts of Donald Trump's tax plan expired every single year until the last one expires in 2025.
What parts?
When they rewrite, let me finish, please. Let me finish, please.
Jeff,
let me finish.
Jeff, please, come on now.
When it finally expires, he's got to have another tax code in place that will take effect in 2026, and your taxes are going up.
And you know that, Jeff, because here you and I just had a good analogy together. You know, if you met with Bezos, Elon, Vivek, and Trump in a boardroom, and let's come up with a tax plan for the American people, they would craft it in a way where they would probably come out getting a lion's share of the benefits as compared to you, because you're just not able to measure up to what they're doing, right? Business or not. You're not bringing it in like they are.
So let's go with the.
So no, Jeff, come on, bro. I'm trying to help you see something.
I understand what you're saying.
What am I trying to help you see? Since you understand, because you used that, you said you understand. What am I trying to help you understand?
You're basically saying that it's going to benefit the corporations and the millionaires, but not the middle class, is what you want to say.
Which
without
at a more local level, I'm basically trying to help you understand you're not getting anything out of that.
So you
support that, right?
Yes, because I tell you.
This is the issue. This is the issue, Jeff. You know that, but you still went for that.
Zeus,
you were better off. You were better off siding with the Democrats, and at least you know, for instance, Kamala. She comes from a middle class family.
So
she has a lot more income.
The taxes. Zeus?
Hey Zeus, can you put that on the big screen?
Did you say they were going to not raise the taxes?
Let's see.
Democrats have already talked about raising taxes because they know that the cost.
Democrats don't have the power to. That's Donald Trump's tax proposal right there. Look at it. Look at it.
So I gotta make it bigger because I don't have a big phone like you guys. What does it say there to the right, where it goes underneath the numbers? Cut.
I don't know how to. I don't play around.
You're good.
You can see that.
I'm trying to see it here. Hold.
Those last two on the very end, those are for the top richest people in the country. Do you fall in that tax bracket of the top richest people in the country?
No.
I bet you don't.
I bet you it's
So
not 10%.
I
What
want
is
I
it?
want
Top
you to
10
go.
or
There's this
4%?
place. There's this place, Jeff. It's totally free. I
I
swear to
can't.
God, it doesn't cost you a dime. It's called the internet. And on the internet, you can bring up the Google machine, the Goose machine, the Bing machine, whatever machine you want to bring up. Thank you, Zeus. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're
You can
welcome.
bring up whatever machine you want to bring up. Okay. And then you can turn around and you can find the exact same information that I just showed you.
So,
And
and
then
you,
you come
you believe
back to
everything you
Zeus,
bring up on the
and
internet?
then you come back to Zeus and you say, "Hey, I found that information Swerve was showing me the other day, and man, I didn't know my taxes would be going up along with the rest of America."
So yeah, so Jeff, here's the rub. And W Swerve in the chat, because Swerve is giving this man free education. W Swerve in the chat. Jeff, let's cut the crap. And I'd hate to even talk like that. You're in a world of hurt right now, and we all can see it. And I can even hear the pain and the fear in your voice. You know, all jokes aside, you know that you are basically championing a government shutdown that's going to have harmful impacts on Americans all across the country, including children.
Have we ever had a government shutdown
It's going to
before?
put, yes, under him.
And tell me how that went.
It went
Under
terrible.
Donald Trump, we had 2 government shutdowns.
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
Right.
Sometimes,
And what happened? What happened?
Jeff,
during-
sometimes
what-
you just
How terrible
Jeff,
was it?
Jeff, sometimes you just gotta listen, because when you
But
ask
how
questions,
terrible was it? Really?
it was terrible.
Can-
It cost
can
the
I-
United States government.
Get a check?
Can I give him some information on how terrible it was?
Please
Tell me, Swervin.
TSA workers had to work for free because they were essential workers. So they had to work for free. They eventually got paid, not before several hundred of them were evicted from their apartments for not being able to pay the rent because they weren't paid. You watch that show. Do you watch that show Deadliest Catch, where they go out and catch the crabs
Yeah.
like you have in your life? Okay, so those folks couldn't get the licenses to go out and fish on time. So their season got cut short, costing them and their crews money. National parks across the country were closed down because there was no federal agencies there to run those national parks.
And tell me
That's
who we
all
should
federal
blame
money.
for that.
So whatever these people who were
yeah.
out on family vacations,
This is sad.
when they got to a national park like Jellystone National Park or something like that,
Yep.
and they couldn't get in, yeah, I'm sure they had a good old time.
Now,
I'm
Jeff,
sure it wasn't bad
I
for
feel-
them.
I- I'm
Jeff,
really-
Jeff,
How
Jeff,
could you sit here and
Jeff,
you think
Jeff.
a government shutdown is no big deal when Elon Musk is basically saying shut the government down? That's ridiculous.
So,
Now,
Jeff,
Jeff, you
so
can go-
tell me, if
Jeff,
we
Jeff,
get
Jeff,
all-
Jeff, Jeff, hold on. I want to read something because I just hit it. I did a quick Google. This is going to have an impact on law enforcement, military personnel. It's going to affect travel. It will shut down FEMA's efforts to respond to national disasters. Might even impact your ability to renew your passport. It's going to have an impact on small businesses, WIC and SNAP benefits. So some people might be affected with their Social Security. Maybe delays with mail, impact on veteran services, medical
Delays with
research,
veterans' healthcare.
farms, food and prescription drug safety, water. I mean, there's a laundry list of things that
on
happen.
there.
So,
Where did you get that from? What was the source on that?
you can go on the house.gov website and look at it. All right. Now, I
Because
know.
who's that written by?
Exactly.
House.gov, Whitehouse.gov.
Dan Kildee. Look it up. So
that's
wait a second.
That's the fear mongering.
Wait, Jeff. So you think I sat here and made up all that stuff? I mean, this is
No, sir, you did not make it up.
Okay,
You
then.
read it
Okay.
directly from .gov, right?
Okay, yeah.
A trusted source.
Jeff.
Okay. Now,
Jeff.
they also are very
I'm
good at
gonna have to
telling
mute
us
this
that
guy.
that
I gotta mute you, Jeff. You're
It was
crashing
a
out.
fully trusted source when Donald Trump was president, and they were like, "Oh, look at our job numbers. This is remarkable."
Jeff. No, Julie. He doesn't need to talk anymore. He needs to listen. Jeff is possessed with a MAGA demon. All right. And the truth is not in you, Jeff. You're in here crashing out every single time I give you just a little smidget of truth. You're trying to ruin this country and you're trying to harm all Americans, including children, and now you want to get up here and try to clean it up and make yourself look like actually you're not doing that. You're the savior. Knock
I
it
would
off.
question what you read on
No,
.gov.
don't. No. That's not again.
That's not. I mean, come on now.
Jeff,
You're
listen to
your own
me.
man. Come on.
Jeff, listen to me. You probably should do less of the questioning and more of the listening because you're not that brilliant. And I'm saying that as a concerned person. Seriously, I just this is our time talking. I don't know if we've talked before. I feel like we have, but
We have.
Okay, but it doesn't seem like what I'm saying is sinking in, and the reality and the gravity of what we're trying to get you to understand is actually connecting on your end. And as soon as we know we're getting somewhere, your mind wanders off into that dark and dangerous area.
So as we drive off the cliff, take America off the cliff, and our economy is going to drop and go down. And
No. Ain't no we. First of all, there's
Ain't
no
no
we. You and your cult leader are doing that.
That we're all going to go.
No, you're
included.
No,
because
no.
the whole country is going to be affected.
No,
right?
because
Just like when we shut down the government.
Okay.
Here's what I find just very strange, Zeus, when it comes to people
I see
like
you guys
Jeff.
don't listen.
Here's
And
what I
you
find
guys-
very strange when it
Go
comes
for
to
it,
people
Swerve.
like Jeff. Jeff,
Go ahead, Swerve.
no matter what we showed Jeff, like I just showed him Donald Trump's proposed tax plan, right?
Yeah.
You can get on the internet and find it. Jeff wants to come up and spew because I listen to right wing media a lot of times, so y'all don't have to. Just like Amanda Rose. These are the same talking BS points, and I'm trying to keep it clean because
No, Mama Zeus. Yeah, she's listening.
That's right. And good morning, Mama Zeus. But the fact of the matter is,
Swerve.
These are the same right wing talking points that they come with, or the same right wing deflections, because they can never say anything bad about their cult leader.
Nope.
And they complained for all those years about the cost of eggs. My eggs were $37 a dozen. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Nope.
You sit here and talk about they're building cases behind the scenes, but Comer has already closed the case against Joe Biden, saying they're not going to impeach him because they didn't have any evidence to.
Bingo.
They're building an impeachment case.
Bingo.
There's no money trail.
Bingo.
You want to sit here and talk about Nancy Pelosi? Why don't you talk about Mitch McConnell and how Mitch McConnell, if you're so upset at how our government doesn't help the American people, why don't you complain about the fact that Mitch McConnell and others like him, Democrats and Republican, voted 6 times to raise their own rate of pay, yet voted 15 times or more to not raise the federal minimum wage? Why aren't you complaining about that?
Why
If you're
should I
going to call
complain
out
about
one
that?
side, see, this is why you're disingenuous. This is why you're disingenuous.
Why
Jeff.
should I complain like
This
that?
is why you're
Rig in the chat.
disingenuous.
W Rig in the chat.
This is why you're disingenuous.
And so,
You're
Jeff.
disingenuous
So
because
now we
you
have
won't call out
people at
both
In-N-Out Burgers
sides.
making 26
Okay,
bucks an hour
so-
to flip
Call
burgers.
out both sides.
And you know what? Because of that, Jeff, and we got to move it on. You've
We
reached.
do. It's almost 10:30. You gotta go
I'm going to
work.
do this. You deserve to be in the lake of fire once again, Jeff.
All right. Two
Ladies
out
and gentlemen, I'm warming it up for Jeff. This
Warm it up, Zeus.
Swerving, cook them. Oh, no. You have a great day, Jeff. All right.
Always.
Enjoy it, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, the
Enjoy
truth.
it while you can.
Let's send them to the lake of fire.
Dude, I'm sitting here listening.
I don't know what.
Silence.
Goodbye, Jeff.
They sit here and they talk about all the migrants in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know Chicago shared a border with Mexico. I didn't know New York shared a border with
Neither
Mexico.
did I.
They had to get there some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I took a deep dive when all of this started happening, when Bobblehead started shuffling these people around.
Yeah.
I took a very deep dive on this.
Yeah.
Between Texas and Chicago, there are 123 sanctuary cities.
Wow.
The closest one is right outside of the state of Texas, about 75 miles north of the next state, which I think was New Mexico.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And they just completely drove past there all the way up to Chicago. And
Ain't that
Bobblehead
something?
never sent that money to help those people.
Tell them.
So why aren't you complaining about that? So I just don't get it. They complain about stuff. They don't know what they're complaining about. They don't even know why they're angry.
Yeah.
They just know the Republicans have said Donald Trump said, I need to be mad about this. And they went, yeah, I won't be mad about that. I don't know. Benghazi, Bald Eagle, America, Hunter Biden's laptop, Hillary
Sick
Clinton's email,
stuff.
do your research.
Sick stuff.
It's
Well,
ridiculous. So
yeah.
that was, listen, brother.
Good job. We cooked him and we booked him, and now he's somewhere crying in the lake of fire. Thank you, brother Swerving. All right, I really do appreciate it, bro.
Oh, he was straight up in the crock pot all day.
Amen, amen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to brother Swerve. W Swerving in the chat. No lies detected.
You take care, my friend. Thank you, everyone, for all the gifts. I truly appreciate it. That will go a long way with my charity, which tomorrow is the last day for that, to be able to donate, because we have to order the stuff and get the supplies out.
All right.
So thank you for all the gifts. Zeus, my friend, I love you, brother. I love
you too,
what you're
bro.
doing.
Keep
And
up the great work.
y'all have fun. Y'all be safe and keep on trucking, my brother.
Amen, ladies and gentlemen. W Swerve in the chat. This is what we're all about. We spread love, not hate over here, all right? And we get the truth out there. Again, Jeff and everyone else like you, y'all got to quit doing all this stuff with your minds and letting it wander off into these dark places, all right? Because it's really not helping you, all right? You got to deal with this reality that you've created for yourselves, whether you like it or not. Hi, good morning, Straight Facts. W Straight Facts. Good morning. I'm all right. I'm all right. It's just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs.
Hey, Carly. So many lies, Zeus. I mean, I'm just going to continue from the other day. Remember, I told you that they lied. They just got up here and continuously lied. Hold on just a second. Let me show y'all something. Y'all see this graph above my head right here? See, Jeff came up here and lied. So did Michael. Michael lied when he said that he's a second generationer and claims that he's a white tea man. I told you guys yesterday that if you come from Scotland or wherever he said his people are from, and you land on the American continent, thank you, Rick C, and lie and you say you're white tea, that's the first lie that you tell.
That's right.
It's the very first lie. See, the reason why they continuously lie like this is because it works for them.
Oh.
It works. Because I'm so happy that you talked about what Jeff came up here and lied about and said it's just going to be the essential workers that's not going to be affected. It's just going to be the non-essentials that we're going to stop,
Yeah. He made it seem like it's just the Department of Education, and they're not really that big of an agency that's going to be impacted by a government shutdown. Everybody else is going to still be able to do all the other stuff, right?
Right. But remember when you said something about SNAP benefits?
Yeah, I read it.
Right. Let me read the little bit. It says, though funding of the SNAP program is mandatory, the ability to send out food stamp benefits could be affected by a shutdown. Since continuing resolutions have generally only authorized the Agriculture Department, the USDA, to send out benefits for 30 days after the shutdown begins. During the 2018-2019 shutdown, the USDA paid February SNAP benefits early on January 20th, just before the 30-day window ended.
Wow.
But it would have been unable to pay March benefits had the shutdown continued.
Wow. Wow.
Now,
Jeff, while you're up here laughing, he's up here laughing.
Well, what they laughing for? Because last time I remember, it's mostly white tea people that are on food stamps, SNAPs. So it's going to affect you. The same when you ran out there and voted for the, liar in chief, you voted to have your benefits reduced right before Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed that. See, the FAFO is strong around this time of year.
Sure is.
Let me tell you, speaking of this time of year,
go ahead,
I wanted to go over something. So, because I have let me talk about this for, it's so many lies, you guys. I can't even keep up, okay?
So true.
So let's talk about this lie. You know the lie they say that Donald Trump won in a landslide. Have you heard that?
I've heard it. He is a mandate.
He's a mandate. See this nice graph I have up here?
Mm-hmm.
So this graph is Obama's margin of victory.
That's pretty big.
That was big.
Is that 7 inches? Oh, 7%. I thought it was 7. Okay, never mind.
7.27%. This one right here was Biden's margin of victory. It was 4%.
Oh, okay. Wow.
This right here was
It's getting smaller.
Reagan's. This is Ronald Reagan's margin of victory. Y'all see that? That's what?
Mushroom side.
2.46%. Let me show you this little mushroom right here.
I can't get jiggy with that.
Trump's margin of victory. So I want you guys to understand, MAGAs, that when you lie and pretend like most of America just ran out as fast as possible and picked Rump, that's a lie. He barely won. Barely. But let me share with you guys one more big lie that they tell. Hold on just a second.
Because they got to learn one way or another.
They're going to have to learn, Zeus. And y'all, please bear with me for a moment because I'm going to have to read some things. It might take me maybe.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We got you. You're in good hands. All right.
Let me change this picture real quick for you. Hold
Get
on.
them straight. W straight facts. Valerie, please.
Let me change this picture.
Hey, in the chat, please keep it clean. Please. Straight facts. That picture's crazy.
So you saw that picture, didn't you?
Yeah, that picture's wild. Yeah. They got me laughing out here, and I'm not trying to laugh. Yeah. This is serious business.
I mean, it represents the LWCs. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, you know what you're talking about. Please.
I'm sorry, Mama Zeus, if you know what I'm talking about, too. She probably laughing. This picture that I have above my head here, Zeus, is men and women gathered in the Secession Hall, Charleston, South Carolina, around Christmas 1860 on December 20th, 1860. South Carolina became the first state to vote to leave the Union.
I remember.
I know what the Union is. So
I remember this.
Yeah, this is from Times Magazine, in case you want to look it up. The title to this story that I'm going to read you is The Power of a False Lost Cause Christmas Myth.
Okay. We getting somewhere.
Okay, because this is in the Christmas spirit, okay? So we're going to learn some things today. So let me get my stuff right here so I can look and read at the same time. So while Christmas time celebrations may seem to offer temporary respite from the divisive politics that have ruled American life for the past decade, Christmas traditions have long been political fodder. Indeed, lost cause accounts of enslaved Christmas experiences still have political consequences today, including for the MAGA movement and Donald Trump's presidency. Okay, the lost cause was a political project waged by white Southerners after the Civil War to venerate Confederate generals and the bravery of Confederate soldiers, while downplaying their treasonous efforts to preserve and expand slavery in America by destroying the Union. It's starting to sound a little familiar, doesn't it? Okay. Yeah. What is often overlooked, however, is that the lost cause has also been a tool to excuse and even glorify the black slave labor system that the Confederacy fought to perpetuate. And the Christmas customs in the South before the Civil War have been consistently featured in that propaganda. Nostalgic descriptions of pre-Civil War Christmases on Southern plantations are just one of the ways the lost cause proponents obscure the horrors of human bondage in Dixie, allowing politicians to tap into neo-Confederate rhetoric and policies to win the support of white Southern voters.
Nasty work.
Following the Civil War, and especially after the temporary Reconstruction moment in which black men gained the vote and won elected offices, white Southerners regained political power by the end of the 1870s. These after Reconstruction, they were considered Republicans.
W straight facts. Michael, listen, you're going to learn your history in this country. And to my Latino brothers and sisters, please, this is American history. Please continue straight facts.
All right. To bolster their authority, white Southern men and women churned out a flood of publications, memoirs, of pre-Civil War experiences, history books and article novels, short stories, poems, and speeches, delivering a very pernicious message that slave life generally was enjoyable and healthy.
Oh, wow. They tried to do that on you?
They lie. You see how they lie? You see how they lie? This is what they do.
I'm pretty sure they put some Jesus in there at some point too, because you know how they do that, right?
You already know what time this is. The proof the slaves' obvious ecstasy during the holiday, evident by their fawning expression of appreciation for their owners, kindness and humanness, especially the gifts they got from them. According to this propaganda, which took little account of African Americans' perspectives, every Christmas, Southern white tea masters and mistresses bestowed upon their black workers incredibly lavish parties, rich food, thoughtfully selected presents, and freedom to travel wherever they wish nearby, while refraining from whippings or otherwise punishing them. These accounts portrayed enslaved people, regardless of plantation, experience a kind of nirvana for the entire Christmas period.
I'm done.
Utterly grateful for the generosity of their enslavers. Thank you,
done.
man.
I'm done. I'm done.
That's y'all blaggers.
I'm done.
You hear me? That's y'all blaggers. In reality, enslaved people were sold and whipped over the Christmas holiday. But these warped stories conveyed the impression that Southern slavery was a human system of human relations year-round. For instance, according to many memoirs by former enslaved published after the Reconstruction, come Christmas morning, each year before the Civil War, masters and household slaves always jointly participated in playful games in which they completed to be the first ones to yell the phrase Christmas gift at each other, with the losers having to cough up a gift from some kind of winner. After the Christmas morning, these vignettes, slaves commonly wished the owner a Merry Christmas and long life as they were doled out eggnog treats on the mansion veranda.
Did you say eggnog treats?
Eggnog. Now listen.
I'm
not going to continue this because you guys get the gist of what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
The bottom line is they've been lying for years. The Dixiecrat, the Daughters of the Confederacy, went around and changed your books to say that the Civil War was fought because of states' rights. But like I said the other day, we's can read now.
Yeah, no excuse.
We understand exactly what happened. And the problem what's going to happen with Trump's presidency coming up these next 4 years is we are going to be able to not only read his mistakes, we're going to be able to record them, and we're going to be able to post them on our channels.
Amen.
And I don't care if they get rid of TikTok or if Trump saves it. I'm still going to give you these straight facts, because just because Trump won doesn't mean that these facts are not straight. Do you understand that?
Facts, W straight facts. That's a rhyme for your behind. That's a rhyme for your behind.
And let me say this before I leave. An opinion is something that all of us have, just like our booty holes. A fact is something that you can go back and pull up and show evidence of. We call that receipts.
Oh, bingo.
So I'm going to leave you guys with this. If MAGA started, or if white tea people started off lying about their ethnicity, if they made up the word race and they control the systems, that means that racism exists. And let me say this to you. How we know that racism exists and you guys are racist POSs is because you disqualified that qualified black woman from charging or being the DA over the case that is still in effect. Understand what I'm saying to you. That was not a loss. That was a win that you guys disqualified Fan Fani.
Thank you.
The reason why I say that is because it's another bit of evidence to show that you guys are racist. This is racism in our face and living color. So we no longer have to pretend and ask, does racism exist in the United States of America? We're seeing it play out with our own two eyes, and we are keeping those receipts. Okay,
Thank you.
So I'm gonna go. And
All
I
right.
love you guys.
All
guys
right.
Have a wonderful day. And
All
I
right.
thank you guys for allowing me to come up here, and
You're
thank
welcome.
you so much for them gifts, Zeus.
You're
enjoy
welcome.
that.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. W Straight Facts. No lies detected. And while she was in here giving you all that history, I saw a lot of people asking, when did this happen? Don't get into this. Don't act like you don't know real American history, folks. A lot of us already know this. And it's, to me, shocking when we share out this information and then some people, oh, what, that happened here in the United States? Yeah. Why do you think we've been all up here day in and day out religiously warning you about the dangers of the incoming Trump administration? You know what they're celebrating right now? Herschel Walker got a black job. It's just like what Straight Facts said. They're celebrating Herschel Walker getting a black job. What position did he get? Ambassador to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas?
So they're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Yeah, so he's the one acting like he's on the plantation and everything is good. I get it. I get what you were putting down, Straight Facts. And I know we're going to have some brothers and sisters over there in the cult looking at Herschel Walkers and say, you know, I want to be like Herschel when I grow up. Any of you black Trump supporters out there want to be like Herschel Walker out there? Please put a one in the chat. I'll talk to you. All right. You want illegals for cheap labor. Michael, again, you're lashing out. Your racism is showing. Again, you got up here and acted like you were a civilized human being, but then all of a sudden, Michael, we get straight down into what's really going on inside of you. I'm very concerned. Hi, Nutty, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing as good as I can, I should say. Well, Michael, listen, come back up here, Michael. I'm not calling you a name.
Bring him back up.
He can't. He got in trouble on the app.
Figuring out. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get you for always bringing me up after Straight Facts, because I told Straight Facts this morning. I told her this morning. She didn't take us to church. She took us to the convocation.
Amen. Let's go.
Her name is Straight Facts for a reason, because she's going to give you the facts and F your feelings.
Facts. No
the
lies
only
detected.
I didn't say what I wanted to say is because, again, Mama Zeus is listening, and I respect her more than I respect Zeus.
Hey, well, okay, okay. I can't argue with that.
Right.
I really can't.
So Mama Zeus is listening.
But watch yourself.
I don't feel like getting a whooping this morning, so
you could get something else though. You better watch it, Nutty. All right, because she's looking at you and how you're treating her son, and that could be a very big issue.
In fact, she's texting me right now saying, "Do it some more, son. Do it some more."
Oh, Nutty is possessed. Nutty has lost his mind. Wow. Okay, I got something for that though. Don't worry. Please continue.
This is what I wish he could come back up here, because I just had a few simple questions, and thank you for swerving for bringing out those facts as well.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about these appointments? Now, Zeus just mentioned Herschel Walker. Now, we know that Herschel Walker is in the same line with RFK Jr. They both got brain worms. But yet Donald Trump is picking the best and the brightest. I wish Z-Pack was here right now, because I can't do the Trump voice.
Right.
But he's picking the best and the brightest. Really? RFK Jr. to lead health services? Herschel Walker to be an ambassador to another country? He can't be an ambassador to his own daggum house.
Amen. Tell the truth, Nutty.
Like, what are y'all thinking? You all are celebrating these appointments, but yet if it was Sleepy Joe, y'all would have a problem with it.
Amen.
Swervin was talking to. He talked about Biden giving Hunter a pardon.
He was worked up.
He talked about him giving him a pardon.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't mad at Biden. Now, I know some Democrats are mad at Biden for changing his mind, but you know what? Screw them too.
Mm-hmm.
I am not mad at Joe Biden. Why in the world would any father? Why would any father allow his son to go through what he knew he was going to have to go through if he didn't do this under a Trump administration? I guarantee you, Zeus, I guarantee you that if anyone else other than Donald Trump would have won the White House, Hunter Biden wouldn't have gotten a pardon.
Nope.
I guarantee it. The reason why he gave Hunter a pardon is because he knows the dangers of Donald Trump. This man has talked about nothing but retribution.
Thank you.
I would have done the same thing. In fact, Zeus, I wouldn't have waited as long.
Amen.
I would have done it from the jump street.
Amen.
And this doesn't disprove what I've always said, that I believe in accountability. So, yes, Hunter was found guilty. Do I feel like Hunter should pay for his crimes? 100%.
Absolutely. But not when we got this two-tier justice system going after him. Absolutely not.
But you cannot talk about these pardons when all I have to do is say Steve Bannon. And I can go on and
Manafort,
on and on.
Roger Stone, Kodak Black.
But y'all don't say anything about those people. Zeus played a thing this morning. He played a clip this morning of Steve Bannon talking about Trump 2028. Oh, no, what was that? Oh, that was Straight Facts. I'm sorry. But yeah, Straight Facts.
I'm like, wait a minute. What is it? I didn't do that.
Yeah, Steve Bannon is hyping up a crowd talking about because Donald Trump didn't get 2 consecutive wins that he should run again in 2028. But that's not what the Constitution states. But yet y'all want to tell me y'all believe in the Constitution. Yet y'all want to tell me you believe in law and order, except for when it comes to Donald Trump. What is it with you people?
Yeah.
I'm sick of you people.
Tell him, Nutty.
In fact, I hope Elon Musk, with all of his net worth, I hope he buys an entire island that we can just make into a country and call it the Republic of Magaville.
Yeah, sit it maybe somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, right? I think
and then
that
I
would
hope
be
every hurricane hits you, and then FEMA's not going to be there. So yes, am I wishing harm upon you? Yep, I am. I don't care anymore.
Really, Nutty? You snapped, Nutty. What the heck?
I said it.
Why? That's not. Is that Christ-like?
It is not Christ-like, but these hands right now, I want to touch them, and it's not in the name of Jesus.
Oh. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I understand.
Exactly. And right now, the flesh is talking, and I want the flesh to keep talking.
And well, to you Trump supporters, you understand that. You understand when the flesh is talking.
What they've unleashed to America is sickening. It is disgusting. And so I'm going to fight fire with fire. You keep talking about bringing KNIVES to a GUN fight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing the whole military to the fight.
Oh. See, look what you Trump supporters are doing to this country. You're dividing it. You're not even being Christ-like. Now we got people out here just letting the flesh lead them when we were trying to all be, led by the Spirit.
The government already showed us that this is the Wild West because look at Daniel Penny.
No, it's not okay to do that, Time.
Somebody unalives a black man and they actually makes it to court, which is rare in itself, they get let off anyway. And then they get celebrated by sharing a suite with the incoming administration at a football game. Look at Kyle Rittenhouse.
Look at the way you guys are messaging to the Democrats and the
Kyle
people.
Rittenhouse. This is but he unaliving a black person. But see, it all goes back to the days of Emmett Till.
Now you in deep. Michael, are you still here, Michael?
All of you Carolyn Bryants out there.
Someone says Kyle is a hero.
And this is their thinking, Zeus.
Michael, you see what he wrote? Thinking. You see what he wrote, Michael? You see why?
No, I saw it. No, I saw it.
W Gucci in the chat. Yeah, Michael, but a lot of times, Nutty, I get a lot of people. They go, Zeus, why does the show always turn into conversations about racism? I would like to just focus on. And these are people on the right, They like listening to us give the information, but they keep wondering, why does it always go to racism? What are your thoughts about that, Nutty?
It goes to racism because it happens to people that looks different from you. Because it's always involving someone of a different race. The victim is always someone of a different race. I want to specify that. the victim, not fake victims like you try to be. It is the victim that is always a person of a different race. We can go name by name by name by name by name, and I continue for the next 10 minutes of names of black people who've been unalived at the hands of vigilante justice or at the hands of police officers. That's why it's about race. And because they don't know any further than George Floyd, let's talk about George Floyd.
Oh, my.
He was accused, an accusation, not proven about anything. He was accused of using a fake $20 bill. He lost his life over a $20 bill. So you were saying that his life was not worth more than $20. Come to find out that $20 bill that he used was not fake at all.
And then they want to portray him as, they always want to demonize the brother in the media. And that's just, when that happens, MAGA, unfortunately, you're the one opening that can of worms. You demonize and vilify, well, then, we're going to have to get out here and provide the information. And, once the facts start coming out, it does seem like racism does percolate to the top because that's where it all started. How about that?
I mean, you can't deny it. It's there. We have evidence to this. We're not speaking out of feeling. We're speaking out of facts. But y'all don't know what facts are. Time and time again, we have graves of people who've been unalive at the hands of police officers, at the hands of people like Daniel Penny. Time and time again. We just had another mass pew-pewing at a school. Yet again, a white person. Now, I'm surprised that it was a young lady that did this because we know that women don't have the propensity for this.
But I guarantee you there was a man behind her. I guarantee you that because I know how this goes down.
But see, here's the thing. So when they found out that it was a female, what did they say? Oh, she was transgendered. It's always something. Always something.
Y'all gotta stop this.
Were transgender, even though that was not the case, she was not trans. Even if she was, the fact remains, it's always the alabaster, envelopian, palm-colored people that's doing this stuff.
Lord have mercy. Well, listen, Nutty, we are well past my time slot, brother. But I think, you know what? You landed the plane quite well. All right? And I think these Trump supporters, they got a lot of homework to do today because we brought it to them like they've never gotten it in a while.
Zeus, I gotta get going because Mama Zeus is calling me right now.
Okay, see, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta send Nutty to the Lake of Fire. Nutty, you gotta go because see, now you just being disrespectful, ladies and gentlemen. You can give him a round of applause. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna need you to put a lot of respect on the name. No. She ain't calling you. Why she gonna call? I shouldn't even be.
You didn't even hear what she was calling.
I shouldn't even be talking to you.
I didn't know.
Oh, it was the wrong number. You thought it was Mama Zeus, but it ain't. Okay, listen, you gotta. That's the phone problem.
I didn't know
because she'd never call a loser. She only talks.
My heart.
She. Listen, Nutty. Check this out, bro. Honestly, you're too ugly. So I know she ain't calling you, but hey, don't know what you did. No. You the type of person.
Answer my call right now. I can show you on screen. Answer my call right now.
He the type to go in the back room and call himself, ladies and gentlemen, and act like he's an important person. I know exactly what Nutty is up to. I've seen these tricks.
My name is not Snuggles.
It might as well be.
My name is not Snuggles. I don't have to get my other device and gift myself. I don't have to call myself.
W Nutty. He's trying. I was all right.
I say this every time. Keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do. Keep allowing the facts to remain.
W Doc.
You know the devil's gonna come after you time and time again. How many accounts do you have to go to?
Yep.
They're gonna keep coming after you, but you'll just keep making them. And like Straight Fact says, they can take TikTok away all they want. We're still gonna provide these facts. We'll just do it on a different outlet. That's all. But you're not gonna escape accountability and facts. Zeus, have a great day, brother. Thank you.
All right. W Nutty in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Unfortunately, I do got to get up out of here. My oh my, how time flies. This has been another one of those interesting shows, to say the least, all right? We went somewhere together, all right? But the truth ended up going with us, and I know a lot of the Trump supporters out there, they're triggered this morning, and they got to go do some soul searching, all right? Before I get up out of here, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be possible, seriously. And I also know I got some Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. They promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. They promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, and racism, and all kinds of nastiness on behalf of their deranged cult leader. Actually, Elon Musk, too, right? Trust me when I tell you this, folks. These folks are on their way straight to hell. Let's give them a round of boos and shame. I'm out of here. Gucci, W Gucci in the chat.
Silence, you MAGA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. All right, RC, let's go. WDF, great show. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I didn't know we were going to go that long. But look at the time. We got to get up out of here. You want to drill, baby? Drill. All right. W to my sister Capria. Thank you so much. All right, Sneaky Fingers, no wonder. Great show. Thank you. And we got to throw your Snuggies into the lake of fire. That's usually what I look forward to doing. He's mad at me right now. I don't care. Hey, Marie. Let's go! Democrats have the most fun on TikTok. Don't we have the best lives on TikTok? You go to a MAGA live. Queen Lotus, thank you so much. You go to a MAGA live. What do they do over there? Oh. And it's just a bunch of crying, a bunch of name calling. W-N. Am I right, Aaron? You go to those MAGA lives. Oh, the Democrats. Oh, the Democrats. All right, now what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm covering a lot of territory, all right? Because, you know, sometimes you got to talk about Hannibal Lecter. Sometimes you got to talk about, you know, other things like immigration. And then you got to be able to connect the dots like this, right? And you got to be able to connect the dots, all right? Because if you can't connect the dots, then guess what? You're in a lot of trouble. Right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get up out of here. I love you, too. Dog, my brother, I see you. Keep it spicy out there, bro. All right, and I'm gonna have to come out there and get into business with you. I see what you're doing with those cars. WQ Dog in the chat. He does it very well. Make sure you follow him. Hey! W Doc in the chat. See you tomorrow, Michael. I tell you, I like this song too. Yeah, it's a good song, right? It gets the energy up. All right. W Mrs. Vaughn. Wow, what did that Christmas tree just drop? All right. Well, I am a good man, and you know it, but you got to quit voting for people that don't care about you, Michael. That's the problem with this country. A lot of people are blinded by hate. W Tiffany for the people. Conservative D. I need you to show up in Tiffany's live and get the help you need, all right? Because you got to go to Tiffany for the People's Live, Conservative D, because you got to check your situation you're in, all right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got to drill, baby, drill, and then we're out of here, all right?
And we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
Drill, baby,
we're going to drill, baby.
Drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys,
let's all do it together.
We're going to take out so much money.
We got to do it together.
Pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes to insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, drill. We're going to frack. Just a baby, just a bless up in your energy. You know she's got a bang key. Up her there, she was against stacking against all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff.
You gotta be able to do it like that.
About a year to half ago, when she was getting killed in the past, she said, I like fracking very much.
Michael, I told you I know how to drill better than you, bro. Thank you, Cabaria, my sister.
She's a radical left mom. She can't help it.
And we're gonna end that, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna drill. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower the taxes deep. Insane asylum.
Hey, you know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. You gotta be able to hit it like that, right? Michael, you ever done that, Michael? Hey, you know what I'm talking about. Jack and Kobe. Hey, sticky fingers.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Okay, they say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Oh.
Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill.
You gotta be able to hit it like that.
Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylums. You know they go crazy. Shout out to Hannibal Lecter. Shout out to the insane asylums out there, all right, that allow us to drill and cover a lot of territory. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning. I'm out of here. Like it's Hannibal Lecter.